Father. As we sit in this meeting, oh God, we deliberate on different issues affecting the teachers and our Father. We pray that your will shall be upon us, Lord. You shall take the preeminence over all the activities of the Lord God. And at the end of the day, your everlasting Father, remind us to say thank you. We give all the praise and God to our King of glory. We cover our leaders for the precious blood of God, Jehovah. And we pray for kindness and our Father to abide about your King of glory for the honor and glory of your name. We give you the praise and glory because of the name of Jesus, we do make our prayer. Amen.
Thank you so much. Nataka sana wenzetu kwa hiyo yetu ya AGM 2025 na hapo kwa sababu kama huku mtama hizi lazima nione sawa. Wewe umetoka pale ile kilisa tuwili wameona mambo yaliyo kwa njia niwe tukakubaliana. Je, watai na wakati hao walikuwa sababu walikuwa wanakuja michezo kule na mabasi wakiwa gaelele basi na wale wanafunzi class ni kule tu lakini sasa hata sasa kwa so wanakati tunashukuru sana mambo yako sawa na kila kitu tunaswali tunashukuru ya kwa hivyo nataka kuja kule ile tafadhali kama unasikia tukuje huku ndani kwa hiyo kuja tafadhali tunaanza leo za all come here so that we can start together. I want to know who our friends. See if we is our next out with so many sawa you so much. Kasimame. Ketu sawa asante sana tunapigia makofi lakini tumeane power kama tumekula na kama tujakula katika zuwana hata wachawi watakuja tuwapate ama tuwapee energy drink. Mutomo tusimame tafadhali, Mutomo tafadhali, Mutomo tusimame, Mutomo Mutomo ya. Kuppet here. Good, thank you so much for that. Makofi Mutomo. Tepona tusimame tafadhali, Bwana Kasimu tusimame na timu yako. Bwana Kasimu na timu yako. Ekula pao. Kuppet pao. Ekula jam. Kasimu peke yake ni watu watano. Kasimu peke yake ni watu 10. Kasimu hapo. Kitisa ndio hiyo. Kuppet pao. Tunapige makofi mazuri tafadhali. Unajua hafla ukitaka kuchangamsha lazima uchangamke. Usipochangamka itakaa tu kivyake. Kwa hivyo ndio tuione vizuri tuichangamkie. Then mwinjilisti. Najua huko ni pale. Mwinjilisti tusimame kama kuna mwinjilisti tafadhali. Mwinjilisti. Najua wengine waliniambia tulikuwa mwingi. Kumbe nilikuwa mkilasia kama hivi. Mwinjilisti hakuna. Sawa, tunapigia makofi ndio vizuri aweze kufika. Thank you. Mwingi Central. Mwingi power. Kuppet, yeah. Mwingi Central wakilizwa. Kizazi tafadhali, where are you? Kizazi, where are you? Loa yata basi, loa yata ile nyingine, loa yata. Sasa tuende pale Kiuso, maji yako wapi? Kiuso hapo pale pale. Iko. Na mimi niko pale. Sisi tunatoka. Kuppet power. Kiuso power. Thank you so much. Say good. Kuna wale wamesema kwa ajili. Ndio kama Kuppet power. Matinyani, niona katibu amecheza hapo. Matinyani tafadhali. Matinyani one. Makofi kwa Matinyani. Thank you so much. Naona wengine kwa pale, naona katibu ako hapa wa michezo wanaleta kule kwa kazi, kule kwa familia. Kwa hivyo vizuri wakati tuna hafla kama hii, tunakuwa na mtu mwenye anatupea advice kidogo. Lakini anatuambia hii kileta shida, wachana nayo kwenye Mungu. We don't continue burying teachers because of stress and mental problems. Kwa hivyo, Bwana please, tafadhali karibu sana. This is the opportunity that you speak with us. Kule nyumbani nakwambia, mabwana na mabibi zetu, shida inakuwa nusu. Kwa kazi, principles,
and counseling psychology at Multipurpose Institute in between. I consult for AMREF. I also consult for Red Cross. I am also currently placed at Kuppet Limited, which is a consultant firm in Nairobi. You can Google Kuppet is CAPABUIL Limited. Kuppet Limited. Those guys train for corporate organizations. I'm specifically placed in the Department of Mental Health at Kuppet Club. I run a fitness and wellness club. At Mutomo Counseling Center, we also do team building. We have done team buildings for corporates, we have done for Ministry of Health, we have done for national government staff and county government staff. I also do talks to junior secondary students and high school students. Specifically, I train peer counselors in high school. Hello? I train peer counselors either for a day or two. If you allow me, I'll do that for you. I also engage guidance and counseling teachers for either 1 or 2 days. We can have an engagement so that you know how to come up with that department, what is required of that department, and what is required of you in that department. So that basically who is Mutomo. Today, I was called to come and talk very briefly on mental health. Very briefly on mental health. Teaching is one of the most amazing professional jobs. I love it. I know teachers undergo very emotional stress due to the pressures that are there. You know, a lot of workload, high expectations for results, discipline students, expectations from community leaders, from parents, and even from the administrators. And I know this can be very, very stressing for you. And so, I'll start by asking this question. What's mental health? And what's the need or the essence of understanding mental health? And especially to you teachers. Mental health is a state of well-being, basically, and it dictates how we feel and how we act. It is important to understand mental health because, in every aspect of your life, it's good that you are aware about yourself. Through it, we learn how to identify ways of building good, authentic relationships, either with ourselves or with even our colleagues. Making good decisions and also coming up with good networks, amongst ourselves. So it's an important aspect of stress management, mental health. What are some of the key areas that you guys, go through in mental health? I'll start by looking at work-related stress and burnout. Due to overload in your curriculum and realistic expectations and pressure to produce the A's and the A minuses and the B plus, I know this can have a chronic stress and burnout on you. I just imagine of this teacher at a national school, before the mock results are released, the kind of chronic stress he has. Because the results, go along with a lot of questions. Why, and which is the way forward. So that I know is one of the challenges, and of course we have anxiety and performance pressure. Teachers undergo this intense scrutiny from students themselves, from parents, as we look up to you, and because we give our kids to you for you to add value. And so when I pay the school fees, what I expect is that my boy or my girl will come out with that C plus and above. Again, also for administrators, I know you have a lot of pressures from them regarding academic performance. I know you also have a lot of depression and emotional fatigue. Now, fatigue can come out of burnout. There is one time when I used to be employed, by the way, and I had fatigue. I remember I had gone for 3 years without taking a leave, taking either an off or a leave. And I had this serious pain in my chest and back pain. Very serious. Initially I was misdiagnosed because the clinic officer was telling me I'm either suffering from pneumonia or TB. But eventually when I went to an Arab hospital and good tests, and pictures were taken, I was told it's out of fatigue. And it is simple. I was only told to take a bed rest just for two weeks. Can I tell you, within 1 week, that had actually disappeared. So sometimes, and this, I want to employ this to you, kindly teachers take offs, kindly teachers where it's necessary, kindly teachers go on leave. Kindly teachers go on leave. I know that these ads that when it is holiday time, you also do tutorials. You also do mend your classes. Kindly take some time off for your body. It's very important, very, very important. Of course, we have students in discipline and safety. Some teachers face, especially those ones in day schools. I know some of you have been threatened by students, especially when you pick their phones. Wanakwambia na wewe ni ukae tu hapa shule, usitoke hapa, weka hapa tu. We have had cases where students have attacked teachers, and that's very serious. And so very strict disciplinary action should be instituted for such cases. People should engage in restorative mechanisms of handling cases instead of punishing students. That would do better. One of the key things that I know is very funny to you is the financial stress and economic hardships. Hello? Teachers, I know because of the high burden on you, to put up food on your table, to pay for school fees, to also stand there for your family. That, and given the high cost of living, that puts a lot of pressure on you. And ultimately, you are stressed. But let me say this for your sake. But before I say anything, let me ask this question. Is debt a good thing or a bad thing? Is debt a good thing or a bad thing? It depends. It's both. of the high economic conditions that are there now with my brother William Samoei, our president, this is my advice to you, because I've been a banker. By the way, I've been a banker, I'm a career banker. I've worked in KCB for 15 years. My advice to you would be this: kindly learn on your personal financial management. You can buy books. You can listen to tutorials, podcasts on personal financial management. Alternatively, please engage on a different source of income, like agribusiness. Agribusiness can do well for you. Kindly look for a different source of income apart from the US salary. Kindly. Debt may be there for some time, but if you keep on accumulating debt, it may bring problems to you. And please, like we normally put it, try as much as possible. Just live within your means. Just live within your means. Of course, we have pressure and stress from family, relationships. This is very serious. And especially for teachers. We have had a lot of stories that you teachers, of course, you must engage relationships, because it's human nature to engage in relationships. But be careful. Kama ukiachwa, achika. Right? Ukiachwa, achika. Don't stick there. Tafuta mwingine. Yes. Please, this business of keeping on trolling somebody, that does not work very well. So be careful. What? Hello? Who is a man who has phone ringing in his pocket when even it's not there? Some of you get so disturbed, you can't even concentrate when you don't have your phone. That is a disorder in itself. And there is so much that you can do with your phone. It's a beauty thing, by the way, because you can always send message, you can always call, you can always do business with it, you can always do a lot of research. However, smartphone, gadget, can also be distracting. If you misuse smartphone, it can also distract you. It can also bring an arouse competition from what you watch. Competition, comparison, and that's not very good. Sometimes you can go to the bad sides, but there are people who are stuck to, hello? Who is that who must watch a video every night? Videos every night? That's not very healthy. So it depends on how you use your phone. Kindly. Let me ask you a question. At what age do you think you're supposed to introduce your daughter or your son to the phone? At what age? Order, Kuppet members, order, Kuppet members, order. It has been proved scientifically that if you want to introduce your son or your daughter to electronic gadgets, especially the phone, it should be at the age of 12, 13, 14. I hope you are right. So, how do you come up with phones? How do you come up with electronic gadgets? One way is to do digital detox. Right, I think members, if you allow me, health issues. Create time for mental health awareness. And one of the forums, you can always do that, such a forum like this. So big because it's a big body with a lot of power. A body that rattles the government. Kindly use your force, use your power to rattle the government so that there's an inclusion of mental health, sensitization, and awareness amongst all teachers. Because that will go a long way in reducing stress and anxiety and depression among the students. Hello? Encourage work-life balance. Work-life balance. Kindly, kuna saa ya kila kitu. Kuna saa ya kufunza na kuna saa ya nyumbani. Kuna saa ya kufunza, kuna saa ya friends. Please, work-life balance. Yeah, wacha kubebanisha na kazi, your marking assignments, even from your bedroom. No, that is not helpful. That is not helpful. And please, I will say this. Get into groups, form small groups, and so that you can be checking on each other every day. Check on each other every day. It's important. Because there are people who are paying, there are people who are ailing. And there are nobody to speak to. Hey, ikiumana sana, seek help. We are there. We are there. Seek help. Seek help from us. Suicide. Order. Let me talk about suicide. Because this affects you very seriously. Suicide. I know everybody seated here knows a colleague who has lost life through suicide. A few of our counties in Kenya, and especially Nairobi, Murang'a, and Nakuru, have high instances of suicide. In fact, Nairobi alone last year recorded more than 53,000 cases of suicide. We have a lot of rising cases for teachers. We have a lot of rising suicide cases among teachers. And this is not something to be proud of. This is not something to be happy about. I will say this. Suicide among teachers in Kenya has become a growing concern. Often linked to overwhelming stress, financial struggles, depression, and toxic work environments. Lack of proper mental support. All these ones go a long way to teachers committing suicide. Kindly, teachers, especially in rural area, rural schools, check their life, by struggling with unmanageable debts and pressures from creditors. Kindly watch on your level of debt. Always watch your level of debt. I know marital issues virtually also contribute a lot for teachers committing suicide, financial challenges, workload, and conflicts, even among teachers and administrators, amongst yourselves. And these are things that please you need to look into. I know how to manage them properly. What are some of the signs from your colleagues that somebody is paining? Somebody is actually at the verge of committing suicide. Some of them will be, eating too less or eating too much, sleeping too much or too little. We have guys every time suggesting that they want to commit suicide. We also have guys selling their very valuable items. You will hear people saying goodbye to their friends. And you will wonder where somebody is going. People attempted earlier. That's a very serious case. That's a very serious case. So please watch some of those concerns. Watch on some of those concerns. And go to action, teachers. Please do not suffer in silence. Please do not suffer in silence. If you notice a colleague struggling, reach out to him. If you notice a colleague struggling, kindly reach out to him. Sometimes a simple phone call can save a suicide case. Encourage schools, encourage yourselves in forums like this to create mental awareness. Break the stigma that has always been there, that everybody suffering from mental health is a weak fellow, is vulnerable. Please break that stigma. And let's talk about mental health issues. Yes, and let's normalize mental health issues. We must come together to create a supportive environment where teachers can thrive personally and professionally. Now, if you are struggling, or you know a colleague who is struggling with mental health challenge, please speak out, reach out, seek help and support from one another, and even from us as professionals. Together, we can build mentally resilient teaching workforce that can not only transform classrooms, but also strengthen the entire mission. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to education seniors and unwavering service, who are doing understanding. You are already members, and we stand with you on this party for health and holistic wellness. Thank you for your time, and I want to thank you as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for elaborate course that was given to us. Tupigia Bwana Chris makofi mazuri. Asante. Kuppet Thank you so much members for listening. Tunashukuru sana. Tumeambiwa tusinyamaze na shida zetu. Wanawake kama kuna shida, reach anyone who is near you, and you will be helped. This juncture, we want a bit to break the program a bit, because we have one of our serious guests who want to speak with us, and I want to welcome our Executive Secretary Mutomo to introduce the next speaker as we continue with the program.
Thank you. I'm very able Vice Chairman. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate the speaker who has just has tackled a very, very good subject, mental health, which is a problem to some of us. Stakeholder, sponsor, a man who has done so well for Kitui County and for Kenya. A man who has made this occasion possible. A man who supported this occasion with a huge amount of money. A man who sponsored us with 150,000 shillings. It's a great man, He will talk for himself, because he's a good speaker. He's a man with my contemporary. We went to school same time. I at St. Charles Longer, him at Ngugu High School, proceeded to Lower Kabete as I went to another university. So at this point in time, I want to bring on board a great man, none other than Nick Mulila. And clap for him. Nick.
I'm Benedict Mose, a colleague, principal in Holy Secondary School in Kajiani Sub-County, and just a home.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Michael, and I'm friends with the fraternity, and I feel like a great friend of mine. Thank you.
Good morning. All protocols observed. Kuppet power. Kuppet power. My name is Jacob Musesi. I'm a lecturer at the Technical University of Kenya. I'm the National Deputy Engineer. You are the trade. You are the unionists who taught us how to do caterpillar. Do you remember? You guys were the first lot of unionists to dance, work and over, kill a kid. And we have adopted that. Conventionally. Now, I just have one or two things to say. We have come as a team, and we are here to support Nick. Nick Mulila is a great son of Kitui County. And we have every confidence that in days to come, this man will be able to shape the direction of Kitui County. There are so many things that you can say about him, but there is one thing that stands out with the community, and his immense love for the people. Just the other day, he gave us bursary, more than 1 million shillings to our students.
To stand with the teachers, and I stand here with 3 arts as a lecturer. But today, allow me to have one art of a politician. Who are you talking about when you talk about Nicholas Mulila? Why are we talking about him? Material boys. I know that some teachers are from material boys. The issue of material boys, we cannot overemphasize it. When it comes to this count, material boys, it does not come number 1, number 2. It is number 1. Because the good education foundations need good infrastructure and a good teaching course like you. So as this man comes to us today, he's a partner, he's a shareholder in education. Because we know that education is the only thing that can equalize all of us here. Whether it comes from a rich family, from a poor family, with education, we are here to serve with that national need. From there, our government went to another place where now is working with us to transform it from Eastern misfortune to now Rwanda is now performing. And for this to come from Rwanda, the results last year were good, and they are going to be better. Nicholas Mulila supported so many programs. When you go to the radicals, the electrification, in tune of 320,000 is not what contribution. And I know, ask myself a question. If it comes to development, then Kitui County, we have one of the best, the son of the soil, who is parallel and rebel to none. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Primo Boy, Roland, Nicholas, Munde,
Thank you. Can we also give a round of applause for our peers So, I'm just holding on because when you guys are in class, usually you don't allow students to make a lot of noise. But since we are both parents and teachers, I just request some indulgence, you can just keep classes. So, today I'm here for one reason. Actually, for just one reason. I'm here because when I am with the teachers myself, I feel like I belong. I've been in education for a while. I just want to say that, Kuppet power. Thank you. Very good. So I just want all of us to stand united, to unite all generations for a purpose that we are going to go for. And that purpose we have discussed it very, very soon. Because I know if we are people who are united and we are people who want to work together, we can achieve much, much more. One of the reasons, one of the things that you must have realized, even the other day when you guys announced some strike, everybody wanted to speak to you. Sindio? Sikila mtu alikuwa anataka kuongea na hawa kubwa hivi. Sindio? Why? Because there was strength in numbers. If there are no numbers, then you cannot achieve anything. Number two, if you don't start united for a cause, then you still cannot achieve. In fact, even if you are not united, you can never even negotiate those ideas, and they will never go through. Am I right? Na tunataka mambo yetu kwa mzuri. Nataka kuomba sisi wote tushikane tukue. You do first of all you teach. Number two, you form our children, sindio? Number three, you parent them. Wale watu wengine kama sisi tunapeleka watoto shule na kuwekojea very good resource, tunangojea very good information, tunangojea good behavior, and we expect all that to come from a teacher. The teacher just employed to teach one or two or three subjects, as an example. So just first of all to appreciate all of you, all of us here for the work that we continue to do, to build our country first of all, to build ourselves, to grow the children of the future, to make sure that our kids can come up. And I want to guarantee you that I want to work with you. As I've always done, I know individually I've worked with a number of teachers, but I also want to work with everyone because I know there is strength in working with you. And if you guys will agree and come and work together, I am sure, and I can guarantee you, we are going to achieve much, much, much more. I know there are so many things that you guys complain about. Let me finish about myself. I work for Safaricom. Been there for 24 years. I'm very happy. Been there for 24 years. And I do know we've done a number of things here as an organization in between. Najua vitu ya foundation imekuja, tunaendelea kukuja. But the one thing that I want to make sure in the next 1.5 years happen is that we have network in every corner of the tree. Network in every corner. And by the way, say maybe my back is Sabbath. Only 7 to go, and I know about the prayer. 7 to go, and kila mtu atakuwa sawa. I think that's the prayer I want you guys to do. I want to ask you that we are going to manage it, and I'm going to be capable of ensuring that anyone in the street, anyone in our county has network. Hiyo maneno mengine tutaongea baadaye, tutaongea tukiendelea namna hiyo. I just want to say thank you very much for having me, and I will request your permission. Just after this, I will have to leave for another function which was beginning at 11. But it's fine, I thought it was important to come to be among my people, to be among the teachers that I work with every day, and so that we can have that discussion. So as a son, and may God bless and bless you.
Thank you very much. Bwana Mulila, Kuppet power. Thank you very much. I want to request one of us to appreciate our guest. I want to welcome Janet.
The Kuppet team, he welcomed us, he listened to us, and he funded us today to have a nice day here. He's one of us, a committed Catholic, a committed Christian, who never fails. So one clap for Nick Mulila. Another clap for Nick Mulila. We welcome you to the teachers. Everywhere you go, ensure you meet a teacher on the grassroots and spend a moment with these guys, these professionals. I'm sure you had a nice time with him. He doesn't speak much, but he does magnificent things. And if you want to ascertain, go to St. Charles Luanga and find the state-of-the-art dormitory worth over 60 million. That we are going there and we are, wow, it can also come to your school. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to Modern South. Drama. Is it different? The same thing. Same thing. So drama, I'm told it is different, but they double. Drama. Any leader in science? Okay. I also want to recognize the leadership of junior school teachers. The leadership who are our members. They have done their elections with the wars, and we have people in charge. JS teachers, the leadership of JS. Yes, we have Kalista up and away to the crowd. JS teachers, thank you very much and welcome. That is Rhoda from the Central. At this point, I want to introduce the members of Branch Governing Council. Kindly be understanding, and I request that you come in front here because it is a time point where you are going to make your short speeches. Members of Branch Governing Council, the 10 members of us and the 3 were nominated. That is the only language the government understands, and we know the issues as teachers which are pressing us. Issues like Aaron, then you are still having Ishan, Ishifa, but what? And still, you are, yes, those things, We know also the issue of job groups and the rest. So we are pushing, and I expect when name comes here, we shall tell them straight to the point what we expect. And as Kitui, we promise them, wakituita kwa barabara, tutakelezea kwa wingi, and we shall support them. Kuppet power. Thank you and have a good day.
Kuppet power. Kuppet power. Kabogo Tia. Kabogo Tia. Yeah, my name is Gibson Mugui, and the Kabogo. I am the vice chairman of Kuppet. I teach at Kiusa Girls Farm Regional. We want to appreciate you, and personally want to appreciate you for the support that you have been giving out to us. At Nazukuru, the way you people, you have turned up, you have come here well. Modern South is really feeling the teacher's power. Kuppet power. We promised that we will be there when you are crying. We promise that we will be there when you are laughing and when you are enjoying. We promise to be there. We have been there and we will be there. And tutakuwa pale. Kwa hivyo, let us continue supporting one another. We need to have the purpose of the unit of purpose so that we can deliver the best service to you. Otherwise, have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
Kuppet power. Kuppet power. My name is Marianne Kastemba. I teach at Tondoni Girls. I am the secretary secondary Kuppet Branch. I thank you so much for coming to the BTA. this is where important issues are going to be raised. You've always asked us about the SHA, you've asked us about the salary increment, you've asked us about Minet and all that. The national officials are coming in, and I hope that you're going to have time to get answers to all those questions.
I'm particularly troubled by our insurance. 2 weeks ago, we lost a teacher, and when the pathologist did the postmortem, he said that if Kitui Hospital had the right emergency services, that teacher would not have died. And we say enough is enough. How many young souls are we going to lose? This is the question that we are asking ourselves. It is us to raise the voice and say enough is enough and speak the language that the government understands. And I remember that time when that teacher got injured, there's a money group can bear me witness. He was rushed to hospital immediately, but the doctors were not doing anything. I remember Julie sending us a photo of Mr. Onyango, our organizing secretary, and Mr. Mutinda wearing gloves to attend to that teacher. Do we really need to go to such hospitals? And I'm saying, if we come together and we raise our voice, all these things are going to be settled. And I hope when we call upon you, each and every other voice is going to be heard. Kuppet power.
Kuppet power. Power. You will put us into a weighing board and ascertain whether we have served you or not. One thing I want to say about teachers' issues is they are private, majority of them. And as we promised when we were asking for your votes, we said we are going to be where you are. And we have tried to do that. I want to give an example of being where the teacher is. One day, I decided to accompany a teacher to court. And at my age, that was the first time. It was last year. And I have never been to a court. Sindio? And I never knew the directives of what you're supposed to do when you go to a court hall. And I was arrested in the process. The reason for being arrested is I was told I never bowed as I got in. And I found myself in trouble. So we have been where you've been, and we've carried your burden, and we have tried our best to serve you where possible. So keep supporting us, and I'm glad you come. You're so calm, and to listen to us. Air your grievances when that time comes, and I'm sure a majority of them will be addressed. I wish you well, and may God bless you. Kuppet power. Kuppet power. Yes. I'm Faith Munyasia. I teach at Sesi Boys. I'm a Kuppet rep. I would wish to just echo the words of someone, speaker who has spoken before us about unity. Let us unite. Without unity, we cannot go anywhere. We can only go far if we are reading from the same script teachers. Let us unite. Let us sing one song. Let us support each other, so that when we go up there, and there are some things that we want done to us, we have the power that we are talking about. Yes. This power we are talking about, the power we are saying, Kuppet power. It's not the power from the mouth. It is power of unity. Teachers coming together and working together. They say, united we stand, divided we. United we stand, divided we. Yeah, let us unite so that we don't fall. They also say that if you want to go far, go with someone. If you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to go far, there are those issues that are being raised here and there. We all know them. And we can only fight for our rights if we are united. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The school, which is just a few kilometers from here. And I'm very humbled to see how the teachers of Kitui love this union. It is you who can make the union great. It is you
who can make us to move a step. We cannot make it by ourselves. So it is you members, it is you who are the union. Kuppet power. They say this. It is not the size of the dog in the fight, but it is the fight in the dog. This team, great members, delegates, this great team, we may look small, but the fight in us, to fight for you, to stand for you, to work with you, is greater. It's great. Guys, let us move and support the union and work together. Mongoose power! Karibuni kwa union.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Charles Olamotonga. I teach at Windy Boys, the Kuppet rank. Much has been said about the union. And I always appreciate that whenever we have a group of people, be it two, there must have different opinions. And whenever the different opinion occur, every person should support the other. And as a union, you know what we normally do. Every time we look forward to make sure the teachers are going to enjoy when they are giving out their services. And it's the same which is being done. Kuppet power. So, imagine this. Let us remain united. Let us support each other. And definitely we are going to get the fruits of unity. We'll be able to go far. We'll have the voice. And the voice that we're going to have, this voice will make the higher authorities to listen to us as teachers. So, let us support each other. The different opinion whenever they occur, we need to accommodate each other. Let us be no issues. Let us remain calm. Let us persevere. Someone has said, if you want to go far, walk with other people. But if you want to walk fast, walk alone. And also we say, the head cannot be above water unless you stick out the neck. And that is what the union is doing. People, teachers, I want you to understand this. Rome wasn't built in a day. And everything that is good will take time. So let us support our union, let us support our leaders, let us appreciate whatever they are doing. It's our time to clap to the leaders, and your time will come when it will be clapped for. Thank you very much.
I'm the organizing secretary. Thank you. Nakwenda katika shule ya mseto ya Matinyani. Nina mambo matatu. Jambo la kwanza, I might not be in the right position to advise each and every one on this. The rate at which we are losing our teachers through motorbike accidents is alarming. Please, hata kama unaenda hata kama distance ni kidogo sana, tafadhali be in your helmet. Because most of them, like this year we tulipoteza wawili. Na last year tulipoteza walimu 4. Sasa tafadhali be in your helmet. Jambo la pili, I want to answer this because I was once asked when I was in one of the functions. If you've interacted with our constitution, the role of organizing secretary is to organize branch events like this one. Organizing secretary is not the chair of BBF. Please read the constitution. Apart from organizing the events, organizing secretary can do any other duty assigned by the executive and the duty which is agreed by 10 of us. Even in your schools, there's no single day you can invite people in your school bila the okay of the principal plus the deputy plus those other people. Alafu watu wanaketi kwa staff and then tunakubaliana. Hakuna siku. I wanted to answer that because I was asked. Then the last thing, nataka kuwashukuru kwa kupatia nafasi kuwa viongozi wetu. And I want to say, leadership is not in the spelling of our names, but it's the ability to serve, the humanity, the humility, being able to receive those calls in the middle of the night, being able to sacrifice, to use your resource, to make sure that our teachers are well served. I think that is it. Whether to Mesoma in each and every university, we've interacted with people. I've been in this town, in this county. I've moved. We've gone to different functions as a family. I want that one to continue. Let's be one thing. And then lastly, tumeanza kuingia kwa siasa. Tafadhali, they say social media doesn't forget. Please write something that when it will be printed one day, you will be able to identify yourself with it. When it is presented before people that you respect, you can say that I wrote this, and I met this, and I can defend this. May God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for believing in us. The criticism and also the challenges, that word of encouragement is giving us chance, giving us opportunity to come serve you in the best way possible. I want to wish you all the best. Let's be here. Let's enjoy being Kuppet. Kuppet power. Kuppet power. Thank you.
Namavila on there. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time. And that is his nature. Thank you. My name is Jacqueline Kutava, Migwani Sub-County Representative. I'd like to echo Mr. Onyango's words. I have lost a total of 4 young, promising teachers through the motorbike menace. Last year, we buried 3. This year, we've already buried 1 from who was working in Katulani Sub-County as a JSS teacher. He was waiting for his first salary after confirmation. It was very sad. And I thank Brother Mutomo, Brother Onyango, for coming to mourn with me in Migwani. It was so sad to lose such a young life. Last year, we lost some other very young teachers. 3-year service in the TSC through the motorbike menace. I know we can afford small cars, second hand, third hand, whichever hand, if we are patient. Can we be patient to own a car? And if we take a little for the road or a little for the evening, can we sleep in that particular place so that we don't lose such young lives? It is so sad to lose a young teacher. I'm not saying an old teacher is not sad, but let us try to dress properly if you are riding at night and ride at the recommended speed, because some of those motorbikes are sports utility vehicles and they can really fly. So please do not take a few and fly, because we need you. Not only your vote, but your life. Thank you. Then I'd like to say that I've been reading a lot on the Kuppet walls, games walls, and so many other walls. Elections are not yet. They are going to be declared vacant when the right time comes. And before that time, allow us to serve you. Give us work by calling, by texting, or even by flashing us. We'll call you back. Allow us to work until the last minute when the seats are declared vacant and you can come in. You saw a Safaricom boss here. And you know, there is cybercrime in some of the things we write. Please be careful in what you write about a colleague, about an opponent, or about whoever you are writing about. so that we don't have to rush to DCI to defend you when you have actually committed a crime, a cyber crime. It's even better to talk to that person face to face, because no one will be recording you. But when you put it in the social media, my friends, there is only that far we can go with cyber crime. Try to avoid it if you can. I wish you a lovely day, and I beg for peace in any other meetings that Kuppet holds. I beg for humility in service, humility when you attend events. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Haya, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Lord, my name is Ben Kalonzo Musyoka. Pastor Ben Kalonzo Musyoka, whose placenta is coming from Kitui, Mutitu, sub-county. Teachers, I want to thank you so much because you entrusted us with a humongous service, a service which is very informing, and that trust cannot be underrated. I want to congratulate you teachers, because there are no better teachers who could have served between the way you are serving and the team you have appointed. What I want to say is that as the organizing secretary Onyango, Madam Jacqueline, secretary secondary, I want to echo their words. And before I do so, I want to apologize because making statements is very difficult, especially when you are not in English. So if I err, I will apologize ahead of time. I'm not like a teacher who speaks English in university. So, for one, pastor is not retiring in the near future. So anybody thinking that one is fallacious, it is falsehood, and it's mocking the teachers of Kitui who made a decision for Ben Musoka to serve tertiary. Wanaweza posti. Wanaweza posti mbele. And my chief principal is here, he can wait. And they confirm that you keep my file. This is our deputy principal, Kitui TTC, two of us. Yes. We shall continue serving you up to the end of this term, and finally, the next year, we shall be conducting, and the teachers shall make their decision. Let us not interrupt our services because we want to be served. I came for the story to remember. Now, who is Mr. Mushika? I held the core of the municipal. Now, you can wake up from Tandao, and I was not with my son. Tutaongea nyumbani. Na nikaambiwa mbele msoka atafuta. Sikuja kwa mtandao. Na niliruka nikapita pande hii ya polisi. Na people, I'm not a delegate who held the collar of the policeman. Who else? I was coming to die for you. I'm a dire. Wanaweza pesa. So, na huyo mtu nimuengage tena akaniambia my job. How can he job with a man like this one? Anyway, I want to end up my talk, and I have a message from Koma Timothy from Science Fair, who came to Kitui teachers, and ananiambia katibu ukifika kule sema Koma hataki chochote. Na wale wanataka wanakaribishwa watake. Kutaka ni kutaka. Na mwenyewe ndiye anadecide ukitaka. Bwana kwetu bwana.
Colleague teachers, allow me to be brief because let me first start by welcoming you and thanking you to coming to this side that we brag with, that we call Modern South. So karibuni sana walimu wa Kitui County for blessing this occasion. It is your occasion. Sawa sawa. So feel appreciated by the treasurer. When we were campaigning, we promised to be there with the teacher. And I want to report that we have been there. Majority of you can agree with us that we have always stood up with the teacher where possible. Sawa sawa. And we promise to continue the same, doing good things for the teachers. If you have a function, kindly don't feel shy consulting this group. This group is united than never. We are united, we come from different factions. But after we go into the office, because it is through your wisdom that you brought together these seats, we started to work together. and we are still working together to deliver for this time. Elections are next year. If we are campaigning, let us campaign with some civility. Let us not campaign in a way that you want to destroy your friends, you want to character assassinate your colleague, because teachers are wise, that's what we know. Teachers are the ones that fought, and we are assured before you cast your vote, you make a decision to see what we have done. We have enough. So in case we'll be issuing some refunds, kindly let us not destroy property as something that was witnessed in Wingate in 2023. Let us not destroy property. Line up, we queue well because we were prepared for this occasion. Are we together? May God bless you. I'll be coming again to give my report.
Thank you, Chairman. The chief guest, Honorable Jonathan Mweke, who is PS, State Department of Livestock, our member of National Assembly Kitui South, Dr. Raquel Nyamai, and your entourage. I'm Kyoko Mutia, the Executive Secretary of Kuppet Kitui County, and I have a date with you, so I'll not waste much time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, members. You can resume your seats. Thank you. For words, although late, na tukaweka mabango huko, although nimeambiwa kuna mengine ambayo yametolewa. So we sincerely apologize for that, but it was because of unavoidable circumstances. The other thing that I have gotten questions from some members is about the Kuppet bus. Why is it not carrying teachers? I want to say that I teach at Lower Sub-County, specifically at Kanyani. And teachers around that place also wanted the bus to pick them. Teachers from Gomeni also wanted the bus to pick them. Teachers from Wikuda the same. And teachers from Kitui Central. So the best thing after putting our heads together was that no bus, because the bus could not carry every teacher to the function. If it would carry, it would only carry teachers from Kitui Central and maybe on the way, and the question would be, why them? So because of that, we only came with the van, which was only to carry the materials. And because it cannot carry the materials, and all those teachers who are on the way, they got a lift. So we actually did not carry teachers to this function, and it's because of that reason. Back to the speech, or maybe my remarks. Our chief guest, officials who are yet to arrive, our national member of the National Assembly who is present with us here, members of the branch governing council, officials of the other branches, fellow teachers, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with deep honor and humility that I welcome you all to this year's branch general assembly. A BGA gives an opportunity for the elected leaders to give a report of what they have done in the last 1 year and what they intend to do in the next 1 year. It is an opportunity to give the successes and the challenges and the feedback, and get the feedback from the members. We wish on the onset to apologize for not holding our BGA towards the end of last year as it should have been. During that time, the union was in a financial crisis that everyone understood the origin. If we held it that time, it would have been a too simple BGA,
something that we are not used to. In addition, the teachers from Modern South would have felt disadvantaged that it is during their turn of hosting the BGM that things were like that. We really thank you for your patience. If you remember from our first BGS since you elected us, we made a resolution that our BGS are going to be rotational. We started at Kitui Town, we went to Mwingi, and it was the turn to hold our BGS in Modern South. Then because of financial constraints, we had option of calling around 20 people here and pass like we have done the BGM. But the question would be, how would the teachers of Modern South feel? And then we requested that you wait, and we are happy that at this point we are able to hold a BGM after soliciting funds from friends and partners that we are having today. Allow us to thank you, though belatedly, for the massive support that you gave during the August-September 2024 teachers' strike. You came in large numbers and occupied the streets of Mwingi Town, Mutomo Town, then the climax at Kitui Town on the 2nd of September 2024. We are so proud of you. Never again shall Kuppet be taken for granted.
Oh, yes.
We continue thanking you for your continued support and constructive criticism and feedback that you offer. It keeps us on our toes for better service to the teachers of Kitui in particular and Kenya in general. As a person, when I see a post on the wall that is telling us that we are failing on a particular area, personally I take it positive. Because it is an opportunity that I'm given by the person who has done the positive to do correction and serve the teachers better. As a Kenyan teacher, we are faced with a myriad of challenges that the leadership of Kuppet continues to deal with, some successfully and others with delayed success. As a branch, and through the able executive secretary, we will continue to pile pressure to the National Executive Board to make sure that our welfare as teachers is taken care of. We have issues, many issues, that we need resolved. If you call a teacher today, a Kenyan teacher, umuulize uko na shida gani, uchukue kalamu na karatasi, you will get tired of writing. Because we have problems, real problems, that when we ask some people who are in areas of command, they tell us that it is all going back to the National Treasury. Like the other time we were engaging Dr. Jegere of Kenya National Examination Council, and he told us that the day that you will get the money from Treasury, hiyo pesa haitalala kwa account, meaning that ataipeana immediately. Somebody tells me hiyo pesa haitalala. I'm happy that we are having the member of National Assembly in our midst. On a sad note, all the members also are giving water, peana maji in some moderation. Let us proceed. On a sad note, we have lost some of our members to the cruel hand of death in the last 1 year. Majority of whom were at their prime age and left very young families. May their soul rest in peace. I think you must have heard, majority of them were as a result of motorbike accidents. In total, we have lost 16 teachers, 16 last year, and we have 2 this year. That is making 17 teachers during our period of after the last BGM.
That is not a small number. Some of us have also lost their loved ones. Let's continue to remember them in prayers for quick healing. Just to mention, our teachers have lost 15 children during that period. Watoto 15, 230 parents and parents-in-law for that period. We seriously need our prayers. To our colleagues in junior school, we understand what you are going through at your stations. In inferiority complex from your heads of institutions, gross understanding, being compelled to teach in primary and to teach subjects that you are not an expert in, demarcation of sports management, and many others that we have information about, we know. The other time I was talking to the town director about a JS teacher was being forced to teach in grade 4. And then she told me that it is even better to have a primary school teacher teaching in grade 7 than to have a JS teacher teaching in grade 4 because of two reasons. One, there is a lot of understanding in JS schools. So when you move one to the primary, you are complicating the issue. Number two, these teachers from JS, tulikuwa tunafunza na wao tu and a BOM in our senior schools. So they do not know how to handle small kids. They are not trained to handle small kids. So I think that is being addressed. So we are saying we will be handling these issues until they are streamlined. I have a message to the SACCOs. I don't know whether we have SACCOs today. Any member of SACCO? I'm told that we have AGM in Nairobi for Mwalimu National. We have other SACCOs. Members, we have a problem. We have a problem that the SACCOs are giving us too much money than our ability to pay. And there was a reason, well, this is very personal, touching everybody as an individual. There was a reason as to why the Teacher Service Commission emphasized on a third rule. Today we have teachers who are earning 2,000, who are earning 1,000 because of pesa ambayo inakatwa ikifika kwa SACCO. And that teacher is supposed to survive. So I was appealing to the SACCOs to give us loans that we are able to manage, to pay, and also survive. Because we need to go to work. We need to live. We need to pay rent and we need to eat. So they should consider that. In conclusion, we want to reaffirm our commitment as Kuppet Kitui branch to serve you with dedication and integrity. We will continue to advocate for the rights and welfare of our teachers in the county and ensure that they are treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Kuppet power! Power! Kuppet power! Power! At this point, allow me to welcome our Executive Secretary to make his remarks. Let me speak from there.
We are uniform and we can eat there. Second, there's another bad law. We were migrated the other day from NHIF, which had its own issues. But we are today saying it's better the devil we knew than the angel you brought in Southern delivered.
is chaotic, it's dysfunctional. And something must be done. Because teachers are suffering, the workers of this nation are suffering. And we can only appeal to our members of National Assembly because that is where law is. Today, we have a cover called Minet, that is administered by Minet. A cover that is so poor, it puts the teaching brutality of this nation to shame. You go to a hospital, and when you are seen by the administrator, they are able to have a Mutomo mission hospital. Wanasema kama ile ni ya walimu ile ya Minet, and you cannot tell illness to wait. So we are saying, Minet must be called to order. And we are wondering, I'm sure there are those of us who are teaching Tumbo, if you know. We are wondering, who is eating teachers' money? Nani huyu akona tumbo kubwa namna hii haijajaa? Tunamwomba ashibe, atumie hiyo pesa, iende kujitia wazima. And I'm saying this because I know she's a vocal member of National Assembly in our secondary schools, our senior schools, and we had no chaos with them when they were under our prison. But today, JSS is in chaos because they are working under XOI who are not trained to handle JSS. And they are suffering from inferiority complex. When the movement dress the way they dress and go to school, it is chaos. It is insubordination. How we wish that the law would change so that, you see, JS, because originally it was junior secondary school, if it could be domiciled in our senior school, this chaos would be dealt with. Wonderful. The other day, we watched in disbelief when housing levy was passed by our National Assembly. And we are saying that our pay slips have been rated. In fact, tunaomba tupatiwe hiyo tax, na nyinyi mchukue ile pesa. Tupewe hiyo tax because it's better than whatever we get as our net. So what we are saying is that I know Parliament today, if it can hearken to our voice, listen to the cry of the people who send them to Parliament, they can amend laws, they can come up with laws that are beneficial to all the citizens of this country. Thank you, and I'll be coming back to you later. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon. Am I loud enough? Okay, my friend Kiema, our ACC Mutomo, who is representing our DCC. First of all, I would like to say that I have wanted to stay. For sure, nobody would want to be the first one to respond after the issues of these very serious issues have been raised. I would have wanted other people to talk and then I talk after. But I have to talk it and I saw them when they were young. So if you want to know how they were when they were young, in university, look for me. But they were very good people, very nice people in Kenyatta University. So you can be sure that. So I was saying that I didn't come here with a speech. Actually, I came to say hi to you because I have a sick sister and I have to go to the tweet. we are going to make a decision on whether to transfer her to Nairobi or make a decision on treatment. So I really don't have a speech, but I am a leader. And I have been listening to what you're saying. And I live in this country. So I fully understand the challenges that you're talking about. But I want to talk about the good things first of all. Come on, Bunge. I've done the best that I can. When I was elected in 2013, I was 35 years, just about to be 36, and I did know that leadership is a big deal. After getting there, I realized that it's tough. It's very hard. What have we done? Tumejaribu sana to uplift the standards of our schools. I have the highest number of schools in the country. Not in Kitui County, but in the country. I do not know whether we have any other member of parliament who has more than 304 schools. So we do a lot, a lot. Those who have 4 schools, those who have 10 schools, those who have 200 schools, those who have 150 like most of our members in Kitui, and those who have 289 like the member from Wingi North, and the one 304 Kitui South, the allocation is the same. So it is upon you to balance. Ujipange vile utafikia watu wako. So when you see us struggling sometimes, mtuhurumie, pale pale tunaweza saidiana, help us. I want to thank you, principals. You have been very kind. You have helped me to keep children in school. So I want to thank you so much, principals from Kitui South. Thank you. Number 2, the challenges of staffing. I am very much aware that we have very serious staffing challenges, and I've been working very closely with the director here, with the director in Kitui. We try to consult as much as we can with the director, education and TSC. I want to promise that we are going to continue doing the best. I'm aware that teachers in this sub-county and others, concerning accidents, I would like to say that personally we are affected here in Kitui South. We have lost so many teachers, mostly primary, but also in secondary. Primary through motorbikes. Secondary, we also have those who have motorbikes, others also in their own vehicles. It's difficult. I would like to just encourage you. I just ride on what your leaders have said. Let's be careful on the road. This is a very beautiful road. We got it because we worked with Mutomo in 2017. When it was very difficult for me to say that I had to work with them, to work with Uhuru and Ruto in 2017. Everybody ran away. But I was promised the road. And I said I was going to stick with them if I was going to be given 147 kilometers of road. Wow. Now the road is there. It's very beautiful. But we have so many accidents. What can I say? Be careful, just as we are telling another one I need. You have expressed that you have challenges with SHA. In fact, the advice that I've been given is, usiseme kitu ya SHA. That's what I've been told. Lakini kukosa kusema, sini afadhali tuseme shida ile iko, ndio tuweze kurekebisha. Kwa hivyo, mimi nataka kusema, najua PS ako hapa. PS, I'm sure you will say much more than me. But I would like to say that we need to make sure that it works smoothly. There are cases here in my constituency where it has worked very well. There are also cases where it has failed. I believe that the system needs to be worked on so that it's smooth. Because it is better to have an insurance than not to have. So I stand with you that the challenges need to be addressed. Finally, concerning your CBA, that time we stood with you as Parliament and we saw you going to the streets. You are to express yourself. And the Constitution is very clear about expressing yourself. So you expressed yourself and something was done. I believe that it is time that you also express yourself again so that the CBA can be followed because it was agreed. And with that, mimi mtanikubalia niende. Niende nikaangalia dada yangu, lakini ningewaambia mkiona nikishikilia maneno ya serikali, mimi huku kwako ni kugumu sana. Kwanza saa hii tunapoongea hakuna chakula. Hakuna chakula hata kidogo kwa shamba. Kwa hivyo, hii serikali inanipatia chakula kwanza nipee hawa wananchi. Hapa nimeomba barabara ya kutoka hapa Mutomo kwenda Mwingi kuelekea Garissa. Nimeomba nyingine panaitwa Chanula kwenda mpaka State University. Sasa nimeomba hizi barabara, na ndio sababu tunaegemea upande ule uko na kitu. Nikienda upande huu mwingine ambao hauna kitu, na mimi sijazoea upinzani. Kwa hivyo kuna siku yenye mimi nimetoka kwa bunge nikasema no, nikatoka nje. Nikikaa hapa upande huu ndio natoa barabara, ndio natoa vitu mingi. Kwa hivyo niko hivyo. Huku kipindi huko. Kwa hivyo mimi sijui kule kwingine kuko namna gani, lakini huku Kitui shida ile tuko nayo, tukikaa nje ya serikali tutaumia zaidi. Siku ile mlikuwa mnapata barabara, sisi hatukupata. Siku ile mashule zilikuwa zinajengwa huku kwetu hazikujengwa. Sasa wakipewa klasi 20 mimi napewa 40. Wakipewa 1 million ya presidential scholarship naongezewa kwa sababu wako kuna shida. Kwa hiyo ni moyo mbenganela leo alewezi. Mundu leo bengalewele akina kama mundu weka hata yeye. Kwa maana yukivyo na bwana mwangalewele ni kwa mogeni wala ujemu. Kwa hivyo seriously I am on government side and that's how it is. My area is tough and I need to stick there so that I can get benefits for my people. In terms of the complaints, na shida zile ziko. Mimi siwezi sema hakuna shida. Nikisema hakuna shida nitakuwa mtu ambaye haelewi. Kwa hivyo tutatembea na nyinyi tuweze kurekebisha hizi shida so that we can go together. PS and the national leaders, sorry I have to leave. I am not very stable because my sister is not well. I need to go and assist. Kwa hayo mengi Mungu awabariki na mbaki salama. Mwenye moseo malinda onde. Ya mwabe mangalo akidandola momela. Megine komeleo bau.
Vice National Chairman, Korir, National Treasurer, Wanajenga Mendi, Organizing Secretary, National India, Wanamaindi, and our National Secretary, Wanaogocha, they are here. Karibuni sana. And before I move my speech, I'll give way to our chief guest, a Principal Secretary, State Department of Livestock, Honorable Jonathan Mweke. His family is government. Let him come and move his feet. Karibu sana, brother. And as he comes, he sponsored this occasion with a donation of 100,000 shillings. Karibu sana.
Hata iwe Yesu. Bwana asifiwe. Odu mwewadika wa Jonathan Mwangani wa Mwekesi. Na nile mwandiki mnene Principal Secretary mbele ya Ministry of Agriculture. National leadership of Kuppet who are here, Chairman, the Secretary, Executive Secretary and your county leadership, teachers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today, very honored to have been invited to come and spend the morning with teachers. You know, teachers are the ones that shape our community. Oh, yes. So you're very, very important people in society. And personally, as a son of Kitui, I'm extremely honored because your leadership chose to invite me to come here as a guest and so that we can share these things together. I knew I was amongst teachers because I've never been to a function in Kitui. Here teachers in Kitui. They were so you never can they from beginning to the end. So it just shows the level and the caliber of people who are here in this room. I won't speak very much to Kamba because I've been told there's some teachers here or quite a few of you are from other counties.
But today I wanted to speak about leadership. Because there's no way we can grow as a nation. There's no way we can take care of our next generation if we don't practice leadership. Personally, I've been a student of leadership, and I continue to learn anytime I get an opportunity about how to make better. And there are three things I want to mention here today that have kept me very, very dear to leadership and have helped me in my leadership journey. The first one is the things that matter most must never be in minor things. And the third one is don't let people with little potential monopolize it. You know, when leaders, especially political leaders, speak, and they are saying many things, walimu wapendwa, these people are competing for political power. They are competing for political space, and they must say those things to survive. What we should not do is let our livelihoods depend on some of those things that these people are saying. I'll give you a good example. I did the livestock sector in this country. A major economic activity of Kitui County is livestock. Cows, sheep, goats, bees, honey, and leather. Now, for the first time since independence, we are getting government subsidies for our livestock. In agriculture, we get fertilizer subsidized, tea, fertilizer subsidized, coffee, sugar, wheat subsidized. We have never subsidized our livestock farmers. Now we have gotten many subsidies. We are giving milk coolers to the people who are doing dairy. We have found a lot of market in the Middle East for our goats and our sheep. We want sheep from here Kitui to go and be eaten in Dubai. They tell us we must vaccinate. We ask the counties, why aren't you vaccinating? They say we don't have money. The government says we will vaccinate every cow and every sheep and every goat for free subsidy. We are told your meat is so good, you're not producing in the quantities that are needed by the market. We say we must come and improve our breeds. Here in Kitui, we have a breed called the Zen. A cow is this small. We say we breed genetics from government so that we can breed the Zen with the Borans, with the Sahiwals. We get cows this big, we put more money in the pocket of our farmers. We are subsidizing anti-track, which is identification and traceability. We are subsidizing animal feed and all of those things so that our people can benefit. Such as if I'm told not to talk about things that will benefit our people. How do I do that? So ladies and gentlemen, I wanted just to speak about these three leadership traits that have helped me personally go along. The last one, about not letting people with inferior potential to monopolize your time, is why I am in government. It's the tough decision I made from a region that is in the opposition to join the government as a lone voice for a few of us, like Mheshimiwa Kaki said. Because I looked around and I said, who has the potential to win the election? And all these things we are talking about, the road that we spoke about, some power projects that come, some water projects that come. In government is where these resources are shared. And as a leader who wants the best for their people, you need to make sure that we are in government, my friends. We have to make sure that we are in government. That is why one of your unionists at Woli, if you notice, is always in government. Hata akipigia kura ile zaidi, wakiabuka anabuka, because he knows. Even our opposition leader who loves so much of this country, Baba Raila Odinga, my friends, he's always in government. He was in government in 97 with Moi. He was in government with Kibaki. He was in government with Uhuru. And now he's in government government with Ruto, there is a reason. Kema Mwandi is from war. He works with me in the State Department as a very senior officer. I sent him last week to look at all the projects we are doing in Western Kenya. We will tell you Siaya now looks like London. There is water, there is power, there are roads, and people are benefiting economically because Raila is always in government. So tafadhali msione sisi ndio watu wa serikali when we come to tell you let's mobilize our community to get into government. We mean the best for you. We have now been able to lobby because we are in government for Mashujaa Day, national holiday, to be held in Kitutu County. It was supposed to be June 1st, but an initial assessment showed that the county is not ready. So it is going to Homa Bay and it will come in October. Wenzangu, I'm talking to you now as leaders because your opinion shapers. When you speak as teachers, everybody listens. We will have a chance to spend nearly 1 week with President William Ruto in Kitui. Tafadhali tujipanga. All the things that affect us as a community, you will be able as teachers to sit down with the president and talk to him about them. Let us not say we are in opposition and we don't want to listen to our government. That is how we are going to develop our county. Let's tell him about all the water problems we have. I am a principal secretary and we are told all the time because we are the one who control the money. But once you get a presidential directive, you put everything else aside and you cater for the presidential directives, whether it is budgeted or not. Utafute pesa ufanye vile rais anasema. So you've seen the president going around akisema tutatengeneza barabara, tutatengeneza maji na damu, tutatengeneza stima, tutafanya hivi na hivi. That is how those other people are gaining. But here we are being told your rais asikuje kwetu. You buy into it. How are we going to get ahead seriously? So please, as a son of Kitui, who loves you people very much, I just want us to move ahead because I travel nationally and I can see how the other communities are moving ahead while we are remaining behind, being told, sisi ni watu wa opposition. As we are speaking, my friends, I think we're down now because I know this is your function and I don't want to talk too much. We are the only major community in this country that is not in government. Kweli ama sio kweli? We are the only major community in this country that is not in government. We are the only ones being told, government ikileta mradi kwenu mkatae. How will we compete? How will our children compete? When will we create wealth? When shall we build infrastructure? So I'm so passionate because today I know I'm not speaking to regular wananchi. I'm speaking to teachers, the foremost opinion shapers and leaders on the ground. Kwa sababu nini mkiungana na sisi tutaenda mbali sana, and I can tell you for sure our people will get all the empowerment that they need. I have had your chairman. I have had the executive secretary. There are issues with some of the things we are speaking about. And we are leaders because we are supposed to solve problems. If you go to hospital and you have SHA or SHIF and you don't get the treatment you need, it is a concern to us. And you must tell us so that we can fix it. If you are saying that your university funding model is not working because people are not getting the help or the subsidies they need for education, you must tell us. And that is why, like a son from Kitui, I'm home almost every weekend, so that I can listen to the ground. So that I can go on Monday to the principal secretary of health and say, I was at home and this is what they told me. Can you fix it? We did not bring SHA and SHIF to hurt our people. We brought it to ensure that Harambe's, as we know about it, for health, go away from it. na tutaki mtu afanye harambee kwa sababu mtu mwingine ni mgonjwa, ama auze shamba ama mbuzi. That is what she is supposed to be about. And if it is not working, you tell us the way your executive secretary has told us, so that we can fix it. That is why we are entrusted as servants of the people to fix your issues. So, teachers, just know I have had the issues of SHIF and SHA. I have had the issues of UNET. UNET is a big insurance company. I believe they are not honoring their bid because they are not getting paid. So I have had that. That is something I will take forward. I have had about the separation of primary school from GSS schools, because the senior teachers are feeling like they are being led by the junior teachers. And these are things we are going to take ahead, so that we can ensure that we grow as teachers, and we ensure that kila mtu maisha yao imeenda mbele. That is what we are here for. This government promised 3 things, and I always tell people where I go. Because President Mutomo is the first president since I've been alive who is implementing this manifesto. And then you react. What I'm saying is why we are working the way we are working. So we promise people that people will get universal health care. That is where we are saying we are fixing, and that we transform this country to a modern country. And that is why we are putting some of the programs that we are putting. And why I talk about the manifesto is because the good thing of making promises is that there's a time that comes when you check with those people who made their promises or kept their promises. So you will get a chance. Next year, I know you will have a chance to vote for the people here, make promises. You don't forget a chance to give us our scorecard. And for me as a member of this government, and as your son, I promise you that I will work as hard as possible to make sure everything in the livestock sector that was promised to this county, to Kambani, and the country, that we deliver. And those of you who follow me when I'm working, you understand what I do. I want to finish. My dear teachers, I want to finish. I know you have a big agenda, and I just want to finish with a few words of wisdom so that we can leave you to continue the agenda of your AGM. Number one, I know you are teachers, and you all have professional ambitions to grow your careers. Please be deliberate. Make sure as you are teaching, always do something extra to grow yourself professionally. If it's getting more education, if it's deliberately looking strategically for promotion, tafadhali, your personal growth as teachers is what will ensure your career grows. Second thing I'd like to leave with you, my dear teachers, is about collaboration and unity. This one I have seen happen. Because in August 2024, I was following the strike that was happening here in between. Because I have a lot of friends who are teachers, but because of your unity as Kuppet and your collaboration as one unit for Kitui County, you are able to get what you are demanding for as a union. So unity pays, tafadhali mwendelee hivyo. The last thing, my friends, is give back to the society. Please mentor the younger teachers. Show leadership to the ones that have come behind you, so that also as you are exiting the stage, you make sure you have left other solid teachers in our next generation to take care of our community, to shape our community, and ensure that we have a next generation that is better than our generation. I thank you very much for your welcome here in Mutomo. Leadership, asanteni sana for giving us a chance to spend the morning with teachers and to share with them. And I promise you, we will continue doing whatever it is that we can do as the government of Kenya to make your lives better. Asanteni sana, and God bless you. Thank you very much. Executive Secretary, allow me and teachers please to leave, because I don't know you have teachers business to do. But before I leave, I just wanted to introduce the team I came with very quickly. Not by name because there are many, but it's led by Kema Mwandia, who is now working with us, is from Bo, and George Mutebi is also a senior official in our ministry from Mwindi, and several other people from across the county who came to be with you as you have your AGM. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Principal Secretary, the Department of Livestock. I must say you are a sweet talk. You have a smooth tongue, because I'm sure what you are saying is very hard to say, but you have tried to say. Thank you for being with us almost the whole day, and I'm sure we're looking forward to more interaction. Thank you. Thank you.
And because I spoke for so long, I know I have left 100,000 and add 50,000 for that.
Asanteni sana walimu. I must say it takes a lot of patience, to listen, because you're not used to listening. You are used to saying, isn't it? So I beg your indulgence, ladies and gentlemen, at this particular point in time. I have a written speech, and because I know you are past listening, I'll not embark on tiresome duty of reading the script, but I will try to summarize and use the script as my talking notes. All protocol that the guest of honor is just being ushered out. Maybe you are here, other partners, secretaries in sports, drama, and other areas, great teachers of Kitui County. God is good. And all the time, you know me, Kyoko Mutia, you are yes. And I want to just say highlight a few things. The union, Kitui branch was registered in 2001. And the executive secretary of then, Bwana Joshua Mutebe, Malimu, who is now working with the county government. And from there we have done what we are supposed to do. We have engaged in several industrial actions. 2011 we went on strike for employment of interns. Did not start the other day. 2012, harmonization of teacher salaries. You came when, most of us came when salaries had been harmonized. Before then, the same job group in the civil service was earning more than your job group as a teacher. But we managed to do. And then we also brought commuter allowance and leave allowance. Although leave allowance is not where we want it to be, because we want a full month's salary as leave allowance. That is why we are moving, and I'm happy we have our NEP officials here. Sure they will touch on some of those things. Then we also went to agitate for a salary increment between 50 and 60%. This one mnakumbuka tulitembea even in the corridors of courts. Tulikuwa tunaenda huko milimani, law courts. Lakini that time we were not very successful. What about 2024 August? The government had reneged on its promise to fulfill its mandate duty. A CBA was owing, and we went to the streets. And at this particular moment, I want to thank the teachers of this great county. When we called upon you to come out in large numbers, mlikuja mpaka Kitui town ikashangaa. You really brought the town to a standstill. In fact, I remember our national chairman called me and was happy about the numbers. He was asking me, where did you get these numbers? That day, Kitui County branch had the largest number coming out to say we wanted our pay. Now, I want to say a few things. We did not go in vain to the streets, although we felt that the timing was wrong to call it off, isn't it? But let me tell you one thing. You have interacted with this gentleman here, isn't it? Yes. The PS, State Department, Livestock. That's all? Yes. Can you see the way he's cutted around what I had asked him? Yes. Because the government is working with is not a job. It's not a job. And we need to tackle our stance, right, to deal with it. So the strike was due. Then we are also telling them that we expect them to promote 45,000 teachers before June this year. And we also want something else, review of career progression guidelines.
Oh yes.
That is the elephant in this house.
Yes.
That is what has made us stagnate for years on end. And it must be reviewed, because why should you go to an interview to be called a senior master? That is C4. Then you are called again to the same interview to be called a senior master again at C5. And why should you go and do an interview to become a D1? You are a deputy principal, and then you are called again to do another interview to become D2, and you are still a deputy principal. We are saying, no, this is too much. This is too much. And that is where we are saying that, you know, there should be automatic promotion up to D1. Yes. Look at D1 sasa endelea na ndio maneno ya interview. But until you get to D1, to be promoted progressively year in, year out. And we also say that we want a salary increment of between 50 and 100%. And then, what about our leave allowance? Tunataka iwe mshahara ya mwezi mzima. Then we also want the CBA cycle to reduce to 2 years. 2 years. This way we are going to be cushioned against inflation. Because after 4 years, whatever more addition we have been given, increment, imeisha sababu ya inflation. And that is what we want done. And then we also want risk allowance for science teachers. You are exposed to a lot of danger. Fuels, very toxic environment. We are saying there must be compensation. Then we also want harmonized house allowance at cluster 1. Ile inapeana Nairobi ndio tunataka ipeane kila mahali. Si tulisoma kama vile watu wanakaa Nairobi walisoma. Na sisi ndio tulijituma Mutomo. Si TSC. Na sisi ndio tulitumana Nairobi. Tupatiwe hiyo ya Nairobi. Hata sisi nimesema tukule pesa yetu wakati tuko na meno. Sio kupewa pesa wakati tunaenda retire. Assembly, we suffered some blows from our government for going on strike. And I want to tell you one thing. Si tulikuwa tunaambiwa tuwezani na strike. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa sisi tunajificha kwa skati za nati. Si ndio? Huko kwa skati za nati. But what did we do last August? We went on strike mpaka wao wakashangaa. Yes. And that is a defining moment for the union called Kuppet. We can stand on our feet and say, this one must be done, and it is done. So the government came back to us and punished us. You remember there are 3 months in a row where you receive your full salary. No union dues, no BPF dues. And you see, we were being brought to our knees. Tulikuwa tunafinywa masikio, lakini hatutasikia. Whenever the welfare of teachers is involved, tutatoka. Come what? May. Si tuko? Yes. Tulisurvive. Yes. Kama tulisurvive COVID, nini ingine hatuwezi survive? I want also to thank you. You came out when we are almost crossing our, the operations were grinding to a halt, and you came out and bailed us. I want to thank you for your great magnanimity. Were generous to us. And let me tell you, unajua kitu inaitwa dry spell. Hakuna dry spell ya mchezo, zote ni mbaya. Hiyo ilikuwa dry spell ya pesa. Na kulikuwa kubaya. Na ukiwa na dry spell ya pesa, most likely uko na hiyo dry spell nyingine. I want to thank you more opportunity for coming out and bailing us out. Burial Benevolent Fund, we run a Burial Benevolent Fund, and we have been compensating or assisting teachers. You can see the category 50, 50, 30, 10. But we are revising upwards from 50 to 60 and from 10 to 15. Another table that gives us how much we lost in terms of loved ones. I must say, may they continue resting in peace. And see that table, it's quite a loss. There's something I want to say. We have lost teachers from motorbike accidents. Tafadhali, I want to tell you one thing. Don't drink and drive. These things are mutually exclusive. Sasa, ukikunywa kama mahali ulikuwa, don't go home. Alafu na wauliza our dear ones, wale wanatusukumanga ukuje vile huko kule nyumbani. Ukisikia vile anapiga simu na anaongea, mwambie lala huko tu. Lakini lala peke yako. So that we are not under pressure to go when we have had one bottle or too many. Sawa sawa? Yes. We are saying that the issue of DSS is known to every one of us. I want to thank the DSS teachers who are here. We journeyed with you to kimbia kwa streets tukisema you must be confirmed, tukakaa na nyinyi. And I want to say, some teachers, DSS called me when they became members of Kuppet. It was a sigh of relief because our sister union alikuwa na maskareh. Lakini alikuwa watu wakati tulikuwa tunasema you be confirmed. Sawa? Yeah, even the Bible says you cannot reap where you not sown. Hiyo the Bible si mimi. There are challenges. There are challenges in the DSS, and we are proposing the following. One, a separation of DS and the primary school sports and games. Because they are getting lost. They don't know where they are. And they are being mistreated. You know, their numbers are less, isn't it? We are saying separate these sports, these games, so that DSS moves alone, as a stand alone. That's what we are saying. And DSS teachers to teach their subject areas. So, kama wewe ni wa chemistry alafu wabiwe CRA, and maybe the last interaction you had with CRA was wakati ulifanya KCSE or Sunday school. Sio ni kutesa mwalimu. We are saying they should be allowed to teach where they are supposed to. Then separate administration for junior school. So, because tunajua the chaos that we are every other time I'm receiving calls, this is happening. And when you look at it, it's just a case of inferiority, complex and nothing much. Just because you feel that DSS teacher is superior to you in many things. They know how to dress well, they can speak impeccable English, you know, and they are used to mother tongue. But we know much of it is not about administration. It is about somebody feeling inadequate. That is why we are saying, let the administration be separate. And as a union, we partner with other partners. KEPSHA, KISHA, CBE, that is the Ministry of Education, etc. Then there's something about co-curricular. Co-curricular, and I'm telling you, those of us who are in sports and games, prepare yourself. Come next term. The CBE will open, and then I will close until all the officials are paid adequately. Yes. Yeah. They will open, then I will close. And those of you who are at Mutomo another time, they know that what I mean, what I say. We are going to streamline things. We must harmonize even the allowances. And one thing that saddened me was Matinyani sub-county paying an official 1,875 shillings. So don't need madharau hii 5 bob ilitoka wapi? Ni madharau. Hiyo ni madharau, and I'm telling you, tukutane huko. Tukutane wherever how the game will be. Watafungua na nitafunga until we harmonize it. Because teachers of this county must be taken seriously. You know, I talked to the sub-county director and I told him I'm disappointed in you, the sub-county Matinyani. I told him, I thought you were the person who should be standing in and telling me, Katibu, let us push the principals if they are not paid, so that they can pay, so that we can pay teachers the right to. But then I got disappointed. But I have a date with them. Come next time. The next MAKL I've talked about it. I don't have to repeat. Teacher disciplines, tafadhali, we are losing teachers. Today we have 2 teachers in the courts. Today, as I speak. Si mtuache kuchapa watoto. Sawa sawa? Mtoto akikosa tutumane mamake babake amchape kama lazima achape. Sawa sawa? Yeah, ama kama principal ana insist mwambie wewe enda uchape. Because I have a case where a principal does corporal punishment, alafu anasingizia mwalimu. Na mwalimu anaanza kuteseka. Simwache kuchapa hao watoto. Sawa sawa? Kama serikali haitaki wakichapa, kwa nini tuwachape? Tena na wao, because we are endangering our work and we need this job seriously. Alafu ile ingine I've talked about so many times, tafadhali tusikuwe na hiyo temptation. Unaijua immoral behavior, si ndio? Achana na hao watu. Achana na wao asome. Sawa. We are fathers and mothers of daughters, isn't it? Achana na hao watu asome. The other things like something like subordination, those are things we deal with. Ati hukuja assembly, kwani kama hukuja au wengine ni nini walipata moba ni nini? I asked one, mimi niliuliza hiyo one when I was teaching. Auliza ni sawa, with all due respect, wale walikuja nionyeshe ni nini waligeni na mimi nikaenda. But I'm not telling you to go and say that. Sawa. Isiwapi mkafanya tena hiyo. Kenya National Examination Council idea wameanza kulipalipa. Sawa. But I'm telling you, lazima walipe walimu prompt. Sio mambo na kucheza na examiners ama invigilators ama supervisors. Lazima walipe prompt. And as I conclude, we have a future, a great future. I'm saying we need to inject youth and women more in the union leadership. And as I say this, there is a proposed amendment to Kuppet Constitution. And most of it is progressive. It is giving a window for more women to come in, for more youth to come in. You see, it is giving a window for what we are calling regional office, because we have a gap. When I want to address the regional director TSC in Embu, nikifika kwake nikimwambia mimi executive secretary Gitui, ni kama anaona kama nimeanza kuwa kama mtu kadogo. Until ninatoa macho anaelewa mimi ni mtu mkubwa. But we are saying, because these amendments are giving a window where we can now have a regional office. Look at it. I circulated the amendment to all of us, to all the wards, and I told you, mchangie. Tulikuwa tunaandika huko kwa registrar, object, I'm hoping we did that. Lakini, what I want to say is that you cannot grow a baby and the bath water. Tuangalie where these amendments are taking us, and if they are progressive and taking us the right way, let us embrace change. I know sometimes change, tuna resist, but change must come. Least but not the last, we had issues with financing our AGM, and that is why we went to partners. Because we are just emerging from a dry spell, and we are not trying to save enough to have this AGM. So that is where we went to the partners, tukaomba patie ile, na wakatusaidia, tukawa na a successful AGM, and after now, when we are through the union business, kila mtu atapata lunch ya 500 na transport ya 1,000. Kila mtu. I want to say this. Because it is good to acknowledge when you are assisted. Dr. Malombe, the governor, sponsored us with 100,000. Nick Mulila, 150,000. Rachel Kaki 30,000, amesema ataongeza ifike 50, sijui kama ameongeza. Makani Mulu 20,000, Irene Kasado 50,000, Jonathan Mweke was here, our chief guest, 100,000. With those many remarks, I wish you a successful term as we go for the final month in this term. Asanteni sana, and God bless you abundantly. At this point in time, I would wish to welcome you. Now,
Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Kuppet power! Asante sana. Tuamke. Hii serikali yetu ilipata. Wangapi wanakubaliana na mimi? Yes. Hata kama natoka Rift Valley, huyu ni mbaya. Nilisimama hata UDA wakaninyang'anya kura. Lakini sasa hivi naenda mahali watu wako. Hapa namna gani? Umesikia maneno. Mimi nataka sasa to invite the national officials who are here, and I want you to be brief because we want to come back. I want to welcome the national organizing secretary mtoto wa nyumbani. Mtu ya Wiper. Hebu tuweke Wiper kidogo. Wiper. Karibuni Bwana Maigi, ongea na wao.
Kuppet power! Power! Thank you so much, and I'm glad to be here. In fact, I was not sure I'll be here until this morning. I had lost my mom and we buried her on Thursday. I was dealing with a few issues. But when I woke up and I found I'm strong enough, I said, sasa nitamiss kuja Kitui na huko ni nyumbani. Nikasema lazima nikuje, na ni vizuri nimekuja ndio because nimeona walimu wa Kitui wamechukua Kuppet kama nyumba yao. Hebu nipigieni makofi. You hold this union. It is your union. Because if it was not for that, you won't be here. Bure unaenda kwingine unakuta walimu 50, walimu 100 ndio wamekuja HM. Sasa ona penye mmependa hii union yenu. So remain there, support it. Hata ikiwa criticize ukiwa ndani. Sawa. Tujenge union mzuri yenye itasaidia walimu. I want to congratulate the Kitui team. I've been in touch with the secretary here. We've dealt with so many cases of teachers. Mwalimu ameingalitiwa, mwalimu mshahara ikuji, mwalimu iko hivi, issues of transfer. So I want to congratulate the Kitui team of Kuppet leadership for being very much concerned with the welfare of the teachers. Because the union is all about teachers' welfare. I will not talk much, but let me mention that as a union Kuppet, we are apolitical. We are not in so many politics because of one thing. Mimi ni mtu wa Wiper. Haya, wewe ni mtu wa nini? UDA. My friend here ni mtu wa Jubilee. And my other friend here alikuwa mtu wa Ford Kenya. Sijui ameenda wapi sasa. Azimio. Sasa unaona. And kuna wengine in the top leadership, wengine wako huku, wengine wako huku. So we are political because people, and you teachers, you also belong to different parties, isn't it? We cannot all fit in one party. We are apolitical. But all I can say is that we work with the government of the day. Because tukienda opposition tuwaitishe CBA watatupea. Watatupea kweli? Hawezi tupea. So the government of the day, we must go and negotiate with them. Kwa vyovyote vile. Because ile kitu iko itatoka huko. And we don't fear to negotiate, nor do we negotiate the union. Because they can fight for us when they are inside there. More than we can do. Tungeenda street, tupigwe tear gas, turudi na tukoseo. Lakini tukiwa na mtu parliament anasukuma maneno, and we are seeing some progress in the way we are fighting. We are changing tact in terms of how we tackle the welfare of teachers. Let me also talk about the CBA. Bwana Mutia, you've highlighted. We've already given our proposals to TSC. What we are waiting for is the counter proposal. Because they have to go to Treasury, they have to go to so many departments before they can come back now with the counter proposal. Once we get it is when we sit down and we have to negotiate for about a week or so that we see the best we can give. Like Mutia said, our demand is that we want 100% pay rise, between 50 and 100. And in this pay rise, we want more money to go to classroom teachers. The 2016-2021 CBF found the administrators, isn't it? So this time round, we want the class teachers to get the bulk of the increment. And we've even done a job evaluation. And we've come up with more than 30 roles played by the teacher, which was not captured in the other job evaluation. Mwalimu anakuwa police, mwalimu anakuwa nurse, mwalimu anakuwa priest ama pastor, mwalimu anakuwa finance officer. Juu ukipewa timu upeleke watoto lazima uchukue pesa, you are managing finances. So if you analyze all of that, we find that the role of the teacher should be properly compensated, and that's why this time around we want 100%. And again, what we call salary differentials. The difference between the highest paid in a department and the lowest paid should not be more than 25%. Which simply means if the principal is getting 160,000, the lowest paid teacher should be getting around 120,000. And that's what we are fighting for. We don't want this, because internationally it should not be more than 25. But here we have more than 75 salary differential. Those are issues we're fighting. House allowance, we want them harmonized with Nairobi, and that has already started. During the last CBA, there were 4 clusters. The last cluster was removed, isn't it? Yes. We want the other 2 to be removed so that we remain with cluster 1, that is Nairobi, and we get 20% increment of that Nairobi so that teachers can live in decent houses. Because the cost of housing has gone up, and rent has gone up too. Commuter allowance. When the fuel went up, the fares went up. Did they come down? No, they're still up there. So we want a 20% increment of commuter allowance. Per diem. Hapa ndio walimu wameumia kabisa. In all the other government departments, the rates are there. You go to this town, you are given this amount. There is no argument about it. It depends on your grade and when you are going. So, why are teachers not getting this? Our process is very simple. Hatutaki pesa ipitie kwa ministry. Let all that money be given to TSC, so that, because TSC is the employer, so that when you go to Nairobi for something, you are given that rate. You can claim and you get that rate. If it's 6,000, you get your 6,000. No receipts, no nothing. That is the rate for that region. So we're fighting so that all the money for allowances for teachers come from TSC. Atunaenda mchezo unapewa shilingi 300. It's a shame. And other officials of government, we are being treated like we don't work in this government. So per diem, we are on it, and we want allowances paid. Overtime allowance. Somebody said we work 24 hours. Hakuna kitu inaitwa 24 hours. When do you sleep? When do you have time for your family? Any extra time you put in should be paid. And the rate is known. It should be half of what you have. If you earn 30,000, you divide that with the number of days you work and the number of hours you work. So you get the amount per hour which you should get. You work 1 hour, that rate is there. Constant. That is what we want our teachers to get. Risk allowance. Teachers of science, I'm a science teacher, we are exposed to so much. And yet, kwa shule unapewa maziwa tu. Umekula chemicals, maziwa. We want what we call detoxification allowance. Ukikuta chemicals, unaenda una detoxify. Unatoa hizo sumu kwa mwili so that you can live a better life. So that is risk allowance that must be given. Then we have hacking allowance and special allowance. So many of us are now hacking, isn't it? At the hacking principal for 3-4 years, 5 years. Hacking deputy, hacking senior teacher. We want, if TSC cannot promote us to fill those positions, let them give us what we call hacking allowance. And if we qualify to be in those positions and TSC has not given us the letters, let them give us special duty allowance, so that we are not misused. That's a abuse of labor, isn't it? I'm working as a principal and I'm acting. With all that headache, ati pesa ijakuja sijui ya capitation nini, and you are not earning as another principal also. That is unfair labor practice. And we've talked to TSC and they should be acting on that. Then we are talking about postgraduate qualification. Walimu wamesoma. I was in Munguni High School and I was teaching there. And I met with my former colleagues. About 10 of them are now doctors. Na wako shule bado. Na hawajaongezewa kamili. Tunasema in any work environment, when you go back to school, you are taken care of. You are given something to appreciate that you've increased your knowledge. So that's what we are on it. Review of CPG, somebody has mentioned, but that one must come automatically. You know why it has to come automatically? We are going to the CBC system. The other one will not fit because, like the principals used to be promoted based on the stature of the school. Here at Itakuwa, we'll be dealing with pathways. So that one we are sure we have to relook at it, we have to review it, and in its review we must reduce the number of years. For somebody to move from C2 up to D5, we must reduce the years and remove some of the grades. Then, of course, we talked of the leave allowance should be equivalent to 1 month pay, and the CPS cycle should be 2 years. So those are some of the changes we are looking at, and we ensure that we'll get the best deal possible once we start the discussion. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. Kuppet power!
Kuppet power! Tupigie makofi tunasema mambo mazuri sana. I want to welcome the next speaker, Bwana Edward Ugocha. Jamaa anatoka huko kwa Kisii huko kabisa huko mali kuna kandarasi mingi. Hata alisimama kura sijui mambo yaliharibika saba silikuwa mbaya. Kitutu masaba. Karibu bwana. One time. Hebu niseme one time anajiita one time. Asante.
Haya, walimu wa Kituyo hoye. Kituyo hoye. Teachers power. Solidarity. Solidarity. Asante sana. As you have heard, my name is Ugocha Edward. And I'm the National Secretary in charge of secondary. I come from Kisii. I don't know what you know about Kisii. Listen. We shall discuss more about Kisii maybe in another meeting. But the one thing I want to say is that they say that old wine is normally very sweet. Sindio? Old wine. That the wine which has taken a longer time is normally very sweet. But there is also a saying that a new room sweeps better than an old one. So we can sweep very clean and still make sure we take very sweet wine. If we combine efforts of the two and the Kisii. Mnanielewa hapo? Si umesema serikali imetunyanyasa sana? Hata naona mtu yao hapa naye pia anarusha mawe. Ama namna gani? Sasa kama imekuwa namna hiyo, si mnajua sisi ni wachapakazi basi tu combine efforts, all wine and the new room tufagie na tuna wine pia. Which is very sweet. Kama mnanielewa? Kama mnanielewa? Asante sana. Now I may not say so much because you are executive secretary already pointed out the issues that we want addressed. Maingi here has run through virtually all the issues, but only that I want to emphasize that I appreciate you because of the way you conducted the industrial action that we had in 2023, that's last year. You came out in large numbers. You serve a part on your part. Able to begin a COVID campaign. Asante sana. You did us proud. You prove that secondary school teachers are capable and we can stand on our own. That's what you prove. Union. Without the union, as teachers, I can't remember what we gained. If you talk about amortization of salaries, remember as teachers, we used to be paid, we used to be employed at job to grow work than our counterparts in the civil service. We finish university at the same time, but once we get into the field, civil servants wanaanzia juu na sisi walimu tulikuwa tunaanzia a job to grow. Lakini the union, this union particularly Kuppet, ndio ilisimama ikapigana
That was around 2012 mpaka mshahara ikakuwa harmonized. Baadaye we never used to have leave allowance. Tukapambana ikaletwa. Hata kama hiyo leave allowance is not enough, it's not what we deserve. That's now what we are tackling on table. That we want the leave allowance paid equivalent to 1 month's basic pay. Lakini union ndio tupigania. Hii mambo ya commuter as teachers we never used to have, but our counterpart for the civil service walikuanga nayo. So we are saying we need better and as teachers we deserve more. I appreciate Kitui because of the way you have turned up in large numbers to support the union. Because we are aware that without the union, we cannot achieve much. It's the union that will ensure that whatever we need is achieved. We may have challenges here and there, but you know that it's the union which will ensure that something comes on table. So whatever challenges that are there can be addressed so that we continue benefiting or getting something from the government through the union. Nothing for us without us. All governments, past governments in the past, have given us something. I remember Moi government, which was the most difficult government in my view those days to deal with, was able to give teachers between 150% to 200% in 97, although it was paid in phases. Kibaki came around and gave teachers around 57 period. Uhuru came around and the salaries were harmonized. It's only this government which has taken away what the teachers have. Instead of adding, they have taken away. Can you imagine that? Instead of adding, they have taken away. And yet, this is the one who we expected was going to address because being a doctor, and I'm a doctor. I thought people who are most running wanaelewa mambo ya masomo, so they know the value of education and should appreciate teachers. Because without teachers, we cannot have anything. But then unfortunately, the most running president is now taking us back. We are on a marathon from 2025 back to 1963. Yaani amechukua ile kijiti badala ya kukimbia kwenda mbele, yeye anarudisha nyuma. This one I'm sure mnaona. Otherwise, one thing which maybe need to mention is that as a union, one other item that we have on table, which we are fighting for, is to ensure that the house allowance of all teachers is harmonized so that it's the same as Nairobi. House allowance across the country should be harmonized to be the same as Nairobi. That's an issue, that's on the table. Finally, so that because the treasury is here, I want to say that as teachers, tunaona vile tunanyanyaswa kila mahali. Jamani, tufikirie kufanya kusaidia sisi wenyewe through our own investments, taking loans and so on and so on. I want to tell the two teachers that as a union, we have a circle which is currently serving the officials as it grows its capital, and for the last 3 years, the officials have been enjoying dividends at a rate of 20%. We will soon be bringing this circle to the teachers, so that because we believe that the high dividends will be paid to the teachers, not spending all the money in putting up high-rise buildings which do not benefit the members. So our circle, once it's rolled out, the minimum dividends it has been giving is 20%, and we are looking for better times. We are also looking forward to ensuring that once it's rolled out, once our members retire, then their shares will be doubled, and they are given those shares upon retirement as if they wish. Otherwise, the shares can be made, but then the shares, that doubling will be there, not doubling once you pass on. So we want to change this aspect from where teachers are given double their shares once they are dead, so that the members of the family can benefit. We want you to benefit while you are still strong and kicking and able to make your own investment. Otherwise, asanteni sana, natakia kila la heri, na naomba ikifika wakati huo to combine efforts, we can agree and form coalitions, we can see how to combine efforts to finish us. Sasa na sisi pia tujiunge so that we can make sure that our country develops and goes in the right direction. Tutoe hii uchafu tumeona. Hii mambo ya sijui nini. Itolewe. Hii mambo ya housing levy yenye hatujui inajenga nyumba sikienda wapi. Itolewe. Na mnajua huyo jamaa nimesema yeye anaweza. Ama namna gani? Asanteni sana. makofi bwana Bocha. Ili watu ya Kisii ni watu wa in a cube in Kenyatta University. That was back in 1996. And what they have highlighted, I may not be able to repeat, but I'm one person who believes with what we call possibility. When the bucket took off at this government, the amount which was being collected nationwide was about 200 billion. But with that money, the bank was able to bring on board 1 million children. He was able to fund the army. He was able to fund education. Today, I was in Argentina in the international meeting. And because I was the youngest in that team, I was appointed to share a budget of funding public education. The average in the whole world is 20%. The average in the whole world is 20%. Kenya, we budget 27%. And yet, we are not able to pay our teachers well. It is because of massive stealing of the education fund. Because we have politicized the whole thing about education. This madness about whatever we call the battery, we give to the president, to the women rep, to councillors, or what we call them, LCA, we give to members of parliament. We are saying now, when we came from Argentina, because of that irony, because when I told them that we budget 27%, and yet we are able to benefit our students. We are, the teachers in Kenya are among the poorest paid. The current budget for education is close to 600 billion. You can imagine that kind of money. But because this is the money which is being stolen by members of parliament, through what we call CPM, I contested to be a member of parliament in Kuppet, but I was in a Jubilee party. And you know, that time, that day, the UDA government, the UDA members who have been elected. But today they are coming to us, and they are wondering, why have we seen before? Because now we are great. But what they are demanding is that we must have a commission of education where all the money for education is going to. Then we appoint trustees who are going to run the fund of education. When we came from Argentina, we were formed that team, but when we came around, we found that we had gone strike because of the fact that the government wanted to deny us the CPA which we signed in 2021, 2025. So I believe that there is nothing impossible. When we are in KU, I think Mr. Mosha was highlighted. When teachers graduate, they are being paid as no job to pay. Their counterpart in the others, no good care. We demanded formalization when we are still students, which was granted some years later. When we graduated, I remember I was posted somewhere in Machakos in a school called Sengani Secondary School. And because of the problem we have, some of us wanted to continue with higher studies so that we can become lecturers. But a teacher was to lose 20% of his pay. When the civil servants, we are not losing. So we demanded leave around with 100% pay. Suddenly with 100% pay, which was granted. NAT was not concerned because primary school teachers did not qualify for studying in this pay. We came to the house around
I remember I was renting a house, and the area AEO will come and measure the pipe and tell me I will qualify for 400 grades as a house. We demanded automatic house. The primary school, the NAP was not concerned because they were concerned with what they call ownership or owner-occupier house around. Where once you put a structure in your village, then you can qualify for a house or something which was even higher than your basic salary. But because for us to be able to buy land, because one thing we do not want is to be posted in our area. Because these people are having a task. You are graduate, they compare you with a lawyer and just grammar. So we wanted to be posted very far from home. You could not buy land and build. So that is why we demanded automatic salary, which was granted. Then we came in 2009. We compared our salaries with those of civil salaries. In our same grade, John R., the highest grade that teacher could write, was getting a salary for 42,000. Counterpart was getting 127,000. The same job. We said it is madness. We organized for a strike demanding harmonization. 2009. Can you please use? We were given 175 billion to harmonize. Can you refuse because the P1 was above their counterpart in P5. But finally we got harmonized salaries in 2012. 2013, tukaenda for commuter. And teacher John R was getting 4,000, counterpart 16,000. We demanded harmonization and we got it in 2014. Introduction of harmonization. We are talking about right and the water DPG. When we finalized, the last thing we have done was the last after the strike, but I want nothing for the strike. After the strike, we are able to go to court and release our concept. What does the concept mean? One, production. Second, we have what we call so I think because you are the boss. It is very unfortunate that we don't want to be told what they're planning for, but maybe the chairman are coming and harmonize. Otherwise, what we are looking for is what we call the special allowance and other allowances, which we have made sure that in that conference they were factored in. Where you are supposed to get 22% and 20% of the allowance. Finally, as I conclude, when we are allocated 1 billion money, we can negotiate more and we go to the next round.
Last week, and even we used our members of parliament, and we fought there about it. And I'm very happy that now the Kenya National Exam Council wameanza. Laila tunataka mchezo ya Kenya National Exam. I was an examiner of Kiswahili, but I was chased because I did not like the impunity that was there in Kenya National Exam. Sometimes when we tell people don't go and mark, some of you, I remember when my mom girls, this CRE paper work, walifanya strike, money of the CRE walifanya strike. So what happened when we went there, tried to go and see what is happening? We met teachers outside, and they were requesting us that please, what because there were teachers outside. There's a time we told teachers don't go and mark, but hiyo siku tukimaliza kuna watu wanaenda 3 days early, they want to go and mark. But kwa laumu kwa sababu ya shida hapa hivi. Ya pili, they are not going to pay hospitals, tutawaita twende demonstration ya stop this thing. Mwisho kwa sababu electricity ni mambo ya employment. We are telling, I wish this member of parliament was here and Mweke. And when they come, wangoje to address issues yetu ndio tuwaambie. You remember employment? They have given letters, left, right, wanakuja kupeana kwa hospitali. And teachers are suffering. Kwanza ile watu wameumia ni P1 teachers. Kuna walimu ambao walimaliza 2011. They have never been employed. Na mwisho, tumesikia mambo ya discipline. And they have mentioned that there are some cases of canon knowledge. There are some people ambao wanacommit pay slips. Wameingia mambo ya fieta. We have lost many people. Please let's avoid those. Ama namna gani? Namna hiyo. Lakini watu ambao naangalia kuna wengine wanaona wamama wasichana ya shule, wengine wanaona vijana ya shule. Please avoid such things. Na tumekuwa tukisema na sitarudia leo. For those few remarks, because I have seen the mood. Watu wamechoka. Ni watu adults, watu wanataka kutoka hapa waende kurelax, waenjoy na kadhalika. So I want to say may God bless you. Power!
Okay, thank you. Asante sana. Kuppet power. Kuppet power. Okay, thank you very much. My name is James Kalundu. Kalundu ni mimi na soko ya Kitui. Kwa hivyo ningeomba tu niseme mambo mawili peke yake. Naomba mnisikize tafadhali. Mimi ni mwalimu wa junior secondary na niko Mwingi Central, shule inaitwa Kadhoka. Na nashukuru sana Bwana Mutia na the leadership ya Kuppet kwa yale mambo ambayo mmesema, mmetetea walimu wa junior secondary wakapata. Tunashukuru sana. Mnaenda kwa street pamoja na sisi, wengine wakasupport sana mpaka tukapata confirmation, lakini kuna jambo moja ambalo lilibakia. Na ndio nataka leo mkiwa hapa siku ya leo mwadresi hiyo issue Bwana Mutia. Ya kwanza ni wale ambao tulipata barua wa kwanza. Tunajitanga smogol, senior moguls. Waliserve kwa miaka 2. Na kuna wale wengine ambao hata leo wanaserve mwaka mmoja. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kupitia kwa Kuppet, kupitia kwa Senate, kupitia kwa National Assembly, kupitia kwa court, walimu wale ambao waliserve mwaka mmoja wao, tafadhali muhakikishe wamelipwa mwaka wao mmoja. Tafadhali. Mimi nina hiyo tu. Ile ya pili, mnajua kwamba walimu walisemekana wa junior secondary waajiriwe kwa shule zilizokuwa karibu na kwao. Kuna mwalimu ambaye ile kesi nilikuwa nakwambia, mwalimu msichana nitapicha jina lake, lakini shule ambayo alipostiwa ni shule ambayo alikuwa anasomea. Kitambo baba yake mzazi ama wazazi wake walikosana na mtu fulani ambaye alikuwa mfanyakazi wao. Alipoiba watu wa kijiji wakachapa yule mtu akafa. Miaka mingi sana mwalimu alikuwa mtoto mdogo. Wakahamia mahali pengine. Sasa saa hii ameajiriwa kwa ile shule na ana shida mingi sana, maana hapo hata mwenyewe maisha yake yapo hatarini. Ndio sababu nimekuja hapa leo, ndio ikiwezekana tafadhali huyo mwalimu apewe transfer mara moja. Maana alisema mambo ni mawili. Ili apewe transfer ama aache kazi ama tunaye mwenyewe afanye mengine. So we have to save the life of that teacher. Sawa? Na wale ambao wako hapa viongozi wa wanawake, naomba pia muungano wengine mzingatie, ndio tuokoe maisha ya mwalimu ambaye ako shule ambayo iko Mwingi West. Tafadhali kwa heshima zote, maana hana amani, anasumbuka sana. Mwalimu wa junior school ana shida tafadhali. Mimi nashukuru sana. Naitwa James Kalundu, mwalimu wa junior secondary pale. Sina mengi, yale mengine tumejibu. Tafadhali yale mmesema mzingatie na muhakikishe yamefanyika, ni kwa ajili ya kuboresha maisha ya walimu wa junior secondary. Ili aushe kabisa. Kwa uchaguzi ambao unakuja, na ndio tunajaza mimi niko nayo. Kwa uchaguzi ambao unakuja, ningeomba kuwe nafasi ya walimu wa junior secondary, maana pale ndani tunajua shida mingi sana za hao walimu. Kwa hivyo kama kumekuwa na slow zao, itakuwa vizuri sana tukiwakilisha shida zao kwa mkubwa, naye pia anaacha mahali pengine. Mungu awabariki sana. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kuppet power. Patia mmoja. Kuppet power. Thank you very much.
Yeah, habari zenu. Yeah, I'm done from Mutomo Mixed. You know, I've seen the new CPA, they are very good, but I have some problems. Number one, ilikuwa juzi, I went to Mutomo Mission. You know, I was taught for this, I don't know how much, 1,500. Yani umegojeka na unaambiwa, the only money you can use is 1,500. That is very hurting, and you are paying money to minate, to shout. In fact, why do we have 2 health covers? What are they for? Am I going to get sick today and tomorrow? What's the problem? Another thing, why are we having retirement funds twice? Am I going to retire today, then come back, then I retire again tomorrow? Those are the things which should be checked in senior secondary. Another thing, we have so many cases of senior teachers being harassed. I won't talk more about that because I'm a witness and I've been harassed. I won't say by who, but I've been harassed. We don't want harassment as teachers. We don't want harassment. That should stop with immediate effect. Another thing, Kuppet should tell us about what is this BB because we have never been told. Myself, I don't know about it. Sijui ya nini, so should be told. Unakuja kwa payslip, sijui kuna mtu aliniambia stop this one, una stop, inakuja tena. We don't know about that, so should be told. Should we die because to be given the money? Myself, I don't want to die. I should be given my money at this time. There are some people, I don't know, the TSC tell us the teaching is a call. Myself, I was not called. Let me be paid for what I do. Simple. Let's work for money, let's get paid, we work. They pay us, they get results. Simple. Let's be like the Carlos Tevez of Manu. Simple. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jina ni Chale Boya. Ule wakati hapa officials wakifanya introduction, mweka hazina alikuwa ameahidi kuwa atarudi tena kutupa ripoti ya financial this year. Swali langu ni bado watakuja ama imepitwa hivyo? Asante.
We are finishing this one.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Rhoda Monica from Key Central, teaching at Muslim Junior School. Our concerns, we are glad that Kuppet officials are noting them down, but we have a burning issue concerning games which are coming immediately after we resume from mid-term break. I have heard them say that they bring to a standstill of those games activities. We are urging. We have 2 issues about games. One, we are not getting equal opportunities when it comes to officiating of these events as JS teachers. Secondly, we request that the Kuppet officials visit us when we begin the events and note down the kind of allowances that we are getting. It is very demoralizing, very discouraging, and we request that we get dignified allowances as junior school teachers. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You have given us each of the 2 years and 1 year that they need to pay 1 year. I think we have noted that. The issue of constitutional amendment. In the constitutional amendment, the next election, next year, we have a slot of JS teacher in the structure. From branch and to national. We'll have 1 person at the national presenting JS teachers. That one we have done. Kitu moja nilikuwa nimesahau about JS teachers. We condemn what happened in Nyamira. An headmaster of a primary school alipiga mwalimu wa JS. And these people, na sasa tunataka kufanya maneno from next week. We will not allow that.
If that head teacher is not arrested, tutamwendea. Hata kwa chini ya kitanda tutafinya hiyo makende tutafinya na kufinya. We not allow this nonsense. Ingine is about games, and I'm sorry to say this. I attended the games that were there in Kakamega, and I was shocked. Kwa hiyo yes teachers, there is no, walikuwa tu mmoja tu ambaye alikuwa ana officiate games. Lakini wale walikuwa na officiate games ni wazee matumbo imefika hivi. Na kuona iko chini. Yaani anatembea unaona mtumbo na bonga hivi. We don't want those things. We want yes teachers to be treated like other teachers in this country. Kuna maneno nimesikia about Mineta, I think we have said that. Mambo ya retirement, I think Bwana Jenge can tell us about the difference between MSSF superannuation. I think that is it. I don't see anything else. Financial report, what a program. After this, financial report outline. What a two program. Thank you very much.
Okay. I just want to address the issue of I'm one of the trustees in the PSSS. This is the pension scheme, a contribution pension scheme, where an employee pays 7.5% and the employer double that is 3%. While we now save 22.5%. This money is invested. Therefore, when you retire, you get all what you have contributed, all what the government has contributed to run the investment return. We have done very well. Last year, this financial year, we made an average return with our investment for more than 11%. Therefore, when you retire, unlike the previous time, that money is there. You can access the portal and you see what you have accumulated. So when you retire, you can access all that money. When you retire, you are given a ransom of 1,000,000. Previously, there used to be a quarter. And this money is guaranteed. Within 30 days, you are supposed to get your retirement bonus. Unlike today, where the retirement is not, if the government is not in a position to afford, if the taxpayer is not in a position to afford, then you go home without retirement benefits for years. You are seeing people's salary, this is going to be a thing of the past. About the introduced NSSF, it never used to be there. Those people are employed on permanent and pensioners. They never used to be deducted NSSF. But today it has been constructed as a tax, where now you have paid to 2 pension funds. Just like in hospital where you have a scheme and NSSF, which is now converted to tax. So these are some of the things we are supposed to address, because there is no need of having 2 pension schemes. We are going to address that thing. I think that's all I can say.
Let me address one thing, that is about 2 health insurances. It's normal that one of them is statutory. The one which was NHIF now is V-Shaship. Even if you go for another comprehensive insurance, you must be in that one. But if you are not in that one, for example, you go to hospital, like I had an accident, I went to Aga Khan. Wanakuambia, if you are not in NHIF, the money which NHIF should have been paid, you pay yourself. Then the other insurance will pay the difference. So anybody in another comprehensive insurance is also supposed to be in NHIF. That is the law. Then about the BPF. BPF started in a few branches in the country, like in Kakamega, in Busia, etc. Then later on, other branches started requesting to also start their own BPF. And we had an NDC. I I think it was 2016 or around there, where a resolution was passed that let all branches participate in a BBF of 200. So this was the resolution of the annual delegates conference, and from there we brought to TSC. But let me tell you one thing. It's not bad to be in the BBF. I've just told you I lost my mother. And you know I'm in several groups. I was supported and I gave my mother a good support. It's always good to be in different support groups. The more the better. Because at one time you will need it. We are not in this world forever. You'll either go or a loved one will go. You need that support. You might not feel it now. But when you are bereaved, that's when you feel that support. Let us support those support systems like the BBF because they come in it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman.
This is the branch treasurer's report that going to go on to the last thing when a treasurer.
Members of Kuppet, good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to present the accounts of Kitui branch, Kuppet. The accounts that I'm presenting here are a true record of what we did in 2024 and our proposed budget for 2025. And we have the third leaflet that captures the BBF contributions and expenditure. In 2024, we had budgeted to receive from union dues we had proposed to receive 8,615,000, and this was the expected expenditure areas. We had proposed to spend 1.4 million on our branch governing assembly. Salaries and wages, we have a driver, we have a secretary in the office, 920,000 for the whole year. Rent, expenditure, 360,000. Subsistence allowance, 3.4 million. Office expenses, 260,000. Funds inspection, we have the union fund, which is an expenditure of the union dues, 145,000. Media, publicity and outreach, 100,000. Insurance for the fund, 100,000. Donations and courtesy calls to partners, 200,000. Auditing fee and allowances, 80,000. Bookkeeping and expenditure, 50,000. Office printer, computer, chairs, repair and replacements, 350,000. Strike mobilization, we have budgeted 100,000. LDC facilitation for the delegates, 400,000. Back charges, 15,000. Teacher nominees, subsistence allowance, we have 3 nominees for 550,000. Games and sports and other co-curricular activities, 150,000. Then there was a balance of 5,000. And I think the mathematics agreed. There is a note below that in 2024 we fell short on achieving our budgets due to the loss of the 3 months that we did not receive the union dues because that money was not deducted. We were again not able to hold our PTA on time as the amount saved was depleted during strike mobilization because it went up. We had 3 major strike congregation at Mwingi, at Mutomo, and at Kitui, and the majority of you are witness. Then we also had to continue paying our bus because the bus was procured on hire purchase, and the rent, and at least we had to keep the secretary in the office the driver moving. So we were not able to hold our CGA on time. We have our proposed budgets for the 2025. We project to collect from headquarters 9,307,000, and these are our proposed expenditures. We expect to hold an AGM of 1.6 million, salaries and wages 1,008,000, rent still at 360, subsistence allowance and attendance to teacher function 3.6 million, office expenses, LT&T, electricity and targets 200,000, funds inspection, when it is inspected annually at 80,000, media, publicity and outreach 200,000, insurance for the fund 200,000, donations, courtesy calls 250,000, auditing fee 100,000, bookkeeping and expenditure 50,000, sponsorship of games and co-curricular activities and 200,000, teachers strike mobilization 250,000, ADC 400,000. Of course, we expect to have bank charges depending on the accounts, repair maintenance of the bus and fund 250,000, teacher nominee subsistence 600,000, and of course, we expect to cross with a small balance. The third schedule is on the BBF. This fund has been used to finance all the activities, which include the following. Of course, reimbursement to the affected members as per the given schedule. Katibu read the proposed schedule that we expect to adhere. Payment to the service crew, facilitating all the branch officials in attendance, fueling and driver's allowance, payment of the union bus. We got from the headquarters a total of 7,550,540 shillings. We add 15 cases of self, that is, we lost 15 teachers. And as per the previous schedule, we were paying 50,000. So that one translates to 750. We had 17 cases of disposal of teachers that we are paying an equal amount of 50,000. We lost 15 children of teachers that we are giving 30,000. Own parents, this is where we have an elephant in the house. We had 120, and in-laws, we had 110. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you are witness that wherever a teacher is affected, irrespective of the place, we have always made sure that we have a representative or we have representatives. So that one attracted a cost of 8,500 for that year. Of course, we have back charges, and then we have the monthly installments for the bus going at 185,000 per month, and that one was paid. Irrespective of even the 3 months that we did not receive any dues, we were able to continue paying the bus. That is why we did not have an issue with the bank. Of course, we had a small balance that we crossed off with. That I can assure you that before we got the next union dues, that amount has been depleted. During this year, ladies and gentlemen, we attended so many barriers. Teachers, I witness. I don't think that there's any place that we've not gone across Kenya. That is chairman. That is our presentation. And at this juncture, I will turn the mic to the chairman to sit for the proposer and the seconder. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving for proposal with the budget.
Titus Mosandi, TSC number 389609. The Deputy Principal, Emilia Secondary School, and I propose this budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Seconder. Okay, good afternoon, members.
I'm David Mugui, PhD number 324-556. David 344 from University of Kuppet Central. I second without amendment.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something that I not mentioned. We had planned for this BGM, but because of, just give me 1 minute, I'm winding up. Because of that interruption, that when we went for the strike, I want to appreciate you. You came out with large numbers. You never failed us when we were agitating for better terms. Because of what was done, that we have been told that it comes from the high office, you were not able to order BGA. And that money, as I've explained, was used, the money that we had saved, was used to make the office continue running for 3 months and make our presence felt. If you are aware, we even lost a month on BBM dues, but we made sure that those people that had issues that time were also given their dues as expected. So there was no gap. So we reached out to partners because we had not enough money. And when we were meeting, we made sure that whatever was done at Wingi in 2023, whatever was done at Kitui Central in 2022, I was very categorical that it should be done the same when we come to Modern South. So there were no cuts. We were giving 1,500 in all those places. I had said that we give 1,500, we did not have enough money. So we reached out to the partners that you saw coming here today. So the money that they had given us in advance, that money had been budgeted for in your allowances, the t-shirts, the mobilization. But the amount that they have handed today, which amounts to 80,000, we have done a calculation and each person will receive extra 200 on 1,500. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Without teachers, irrespective of where you are, we are able to be available for you.
Now, we want to finish and with a photo of thanks and a prayer. I think the person praying is near. Mr. Mongela should be around. Mr. Mongela. Before that, Madam Mercy, the Goddess of County, come for the photo of thanks.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses,
As we forgive those who trespass against us, lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Dear Lord, we come before you this afternoon to thank you for the good beating us to death. Father, as we embark on our journey to our homes, dear Lord, we pray for your protection. Guide us in our sessions, and Lord, be glorified in everything we are going to do to take the children of this country far much better. In the name of the Father, Amen.